this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats to back the facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance and jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky. Let's go, let's go. This might be risky. No, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
One more time.
Yeah. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real. Well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats to back the facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance and jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky. Let's go, let's go. This might be risky. No, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Yo, check. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Sean Shaw was popping.
Yo.
What's good, man?
Shit,
How y'all
man.
feeling?
Yeah, Sean go first, and my boy been Casper the friendly.
Hey,
Good
man.
with you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Man, building these businesses, man. Had to focus a lot bit more.
What's up, man? Yeah, man. We as the shot went through what he went through and all that. We had to take a little hiatus, try to recalibrate. He was texting this morning, said, F it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's up. So salute to the people who even get in this stream, because I literally just created it 40 minutes ago. But I think the content piece is key, clipping, understanding, having a conversation. So I think it'll be good, man. Salute to everybody who coming in the building so far. We got 30 people so far with no notice and none of that shit. So I like it. I can't complain. Who gonna listen? Like, share, subscribe. Yeah.
My bad, I cut you out. I hate when I do that. My bad. So I just want to thank everyone who's watched the film, who's coming and rated. So today is actually the day of the festival ceremony, award ceremony. So at 4 p.m. I'll be headed to the spot to see, if we were able to pull it off. So I just want to, appreciate everybody who have been supportive of this process and continue support, man. It's just the beginning, man. We still moving one arm and all. So I appreciate y'all.
It's a fact, man. Speaking of that, man, we at $3,150, man. I know the website Indiegogo was kind of has some bugs or whatever the case is, but everything copacetic now. So everybody went here, man. Somebody dropped the link to the iShot so that we can hit that goal. We have, 10 days?
Yes, sir. October 31st will be the last day of the Indiegogo campaign.
Of that specific campaign. So we would like to see if we can hit that goal. What we need, what's that? 1850?
About 19, 1850, to be exact.
So if you got $5, like, go ahead and send it. You know what I mean? Salute to the 35 people in the building. Go ahead and support it. I think they just dropped it. Yeah. So this link right here, click it. It has different packages, but you can also just put in custom amount that you want to, donate, and then make sure you put the TMBR in the box so that we can properly track it. But we're doing great getting to that goal. A little bit more to go, man. So 1850. Everybody hit the Indiegogo link, and I will say it throughout the stream so that we can meet that goal, man. Let me see. I don't got my soundboard. They got some bullshit sound. Let me see.
Oh fuck.
This ain't the same. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Salute to everybody in the building so far. Let me see in the chat real quick. Let me get it popping. Dale Lee, what up, kid? My brother Darius in the building. Son Kiss, Shalom. With the $5, of course, man. Salute. Be nice, what up, my G? Good to see you. Alibaba was popping. Imperial, I see you. What up, kid? Homeboy, Shalom. Fo, what up? Was goody, man. T Will was good. How you, man? Quincy in the building. I like it, man. American Negro was popping. Cali Bev, what up, though? CJ was popping. Yeah. I think so. I got here late, so the sun was down when I got to San Jose. But yeah, it's pretty good. I had a hoodie on and I had some shorts. Pretty comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I got a sweatsuit for the game, but the game started at 5, so I hope I'll be dressed appropriately. I hate being hot, you know what I mean? But we'll see, man. My man Fred went down, man. I want to see Fred want to play in person, but you know how it go. You know what I mean? Let's get it, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Let's see. I can't scroll. Hold on. Yo, they've been doing that too. So I do this thing where I can't scroll on the side, but I gotta refresh on
them. Man, I'm up early eating soup and shit. I feel goofy as hell eating soup and shit for breakfast.
Well, you sick?
Man, I don't know. I be having allergy issues, so I never know if it's allergies or, you know what I'm saying?
Feel the same to you?
You said what?
Like allergies and a cold feel the same?
I don't know. That shit always just ran together for me. Like I used to have allergies, sinus infections, just everything, man. I was just it used to be much worse. So when I just feel it, take pills.
Can I give y'all niggas a woke nigga combo real quick? Just to, you know, daily regimen.
How much chlorophyll I need?
Nah, nigga, zinc, vitamin C, black sea oil, bro, just every day.
All right, I got the black sea and the vitamin C. I don't think I got
a tablespoon. Hell, that's why you need a tablespoon every day, bro. Some zinc, some vitamin C.
To do what?
Prevent all these fucking germs you're gonna deal with every time you walk outside and in the house. For real with you. Try to tell my niggas what to do so I can stay away from these hospitals, man. But hey.
Them 3 things you said.
Yeah, every day.
Keep you away from the hospital.
I mean, it ain't 100%, but it definitely helps build your immune system. Yeah, man.
Hey,
what you thinking, man? What you thinking?
I need somebody to chat this in the motherfucking care package.
Shit made me hate the internet, man.
What you doing, dickhead?
Dickhead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo!
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most, man. We got 3 questions, Sean. What's popping, man? I got my little 1800 right here.
You ain't got no break, huh?
I forget every time that I be thinking the drink is like, if you want to, I forget this part of the process. I'll be right back, man. Let me go get the bottle.
My bad.
I do this every time, bro. Every time I do this.
Let me play it on. I like this one.
What you doing, dickhead?
Dickhead?
Yeah.
Yo!
Hit the like button, man. And press, what up? Clips, what up? Nightbot behaving, that's always a blessing, man. Free Zone, what up, my boy? Good to see you, man. Make sure y'all hit the campaign, man. I know you got $10. I know you got $20. I know you got $5. You know what I'm saying, let's make that goal, man. We at $31.50. We need $1,850, man. Easy peasy, man. Hit the link. All right. Free Lee was good. Asia was popping.
My neighbor gave me a bottle of some bourbon, bro. Just showing love. I ain't drank bourbon in years, bro. We're gonna see how it turn out.
Damn.
I'm a tequila dude, bro.
You might not have to drink it.
Nah, he gonna have to drink it. He gonna have to drink. Hey, today's this ain't even about understanding, man. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. It's not even about understanding. Yeah, it was
good.
All right. So look, question 1. If you were a woman for one day, what would you do? What's the first thing you would do? Hey man, we got to get the party started, man. You feel me?
Nah, I love women, bro. I just don't want to be one. I just don't have no desire, bro, at all to be a woman.
I'll never be a woman.
I just see what this bourbon tastes like, Sean. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, man. We gotta get this party started.
That shit corny being a woman. I don't know.
Oh, shit. All right.
Got no muscles.
Man. Got it.
Every 30 days you gotta shed. Fuck that.
All right. I guess we'll have something informative, man. All right. What's something that no one else knows about? What's something that, no matter of fact, what's 3 things that's on y'all bucket list that we probably don't know about?
I never had a bucket list. I never really had a bunch of shit that I want to do. I mean, I'm going to the 49ers game. I guess that would be like one thing I always wanted to do, like at the actual stadium. But I don't know. I never thought of a bucket list, Sean. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, well, maybe business goals can be the other 2.
I kind of got.
The other solution is taking the drink. You feel me?
I got 2. I got 2. I don't know if I got 3. I know 2.
Hey,
like the film thing. The film thing pops off. I get successful. I say around like 60, bro. I just want to coach like middle school basketball, and I want to do it for free. You know what I mean? I just want to coach youth. But of course, I'm focusing more on like the manhood part, not necessarily the game of basketball. But I want to be able to pour into kids like every day. And then the second one, and I already been writing down material, bro. When I get old, I want to do comedy, and I just want to say all the wild shit I've been thinking about society, about people, about everybody. I just want to be able to say it because I'm old. It's like I don't care who I offend. So I literally been writing down ideas. So when I get to the age, I'm just go on stage and let it rip, bro.
Yeah. People when you're older, people also don't care who you offend. That's the key part.
Yeah. So I'm being strategic about it.
Buying a house was like a big thing to me. I guess I've been through that process several times at this point. So I kind of forgot what it felt like the first time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But that's one thing I was like, yo, like this thing I gotta do, like with just maybe that I don't know if it's a bucket list. It's just like I had goals and I chase them and meet them and then move on to the next thing. What about you, Sean?
The first one is to build this next company to a 7-figure valuation at least. The next one is to build a nationwide mentoring program. The third one would have to be to make sure that my daughter doesn't have to work for anybody after college. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my goals. I'm gonna make that shit happen. It's just gonna be her choice, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, kids need to make sure like that's a thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of think that they have to go work for somebody else, Like my oldest daughter, she's like, I want to be a EMT or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, or you can Like we got revenues upwards of a few $100,000. You ever thought about that, you asshole? So I don't know, man. Yeah, that's good though. That's good. What you got, man? One more, man.
All right, one more. If you had to guess, put just ballpark. How many bodies y'all got? If you had to guess.
Oh man.
Or you can take a
trying
drink.
to get married, man.
Hey, or you can take a drink. You feel me? Look, I could be question y'all. We're taking it easy now.
Right, bro. I ain't never got extra type of shit till I came on the internet. That's why I stayed away, bro. I don't think nobody want to know that, shit. I'm a drink, man. Nobody want to know that.
Yeah,
I got enough to get the job done, nigga. That's how many I got.
Damn, I'm about to get another text about you. Somebody gonna be saying like they want to be the next one, man. Hey man, y'all stop texting me about Shad, man. I'm not this nigga's business manager. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. They know you a good guy, man. You gonna only let me get the right one, so I appreciate it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, man.
Damn.
Another shot, man.
Man, shout out to the body count police, man. Free zone with a $5 says the first question is wow already.
Hey, man, we took it easy today, man. We had to get these drinks pumping, you know what I'm saying, so we could get this shit cracking.
I feel good. I like it, man. Salute to everybody pouring into the building. Let me see. Fifi, Mo Business. Who else? I saw Free Zone. I got CJ. Turn on the AC now. Sophisticated Jerk, Fat Boy was popping. Those are almost 100 people in the building. I seen Queen T. I appreciate y'all jumping in here. I just literally just built this out, man. But I think the content is necessary. I think it'll be good, man. That's Frank. What's good, kid? Good to see you, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, man. Excuse me. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way! Talking about.
So y'all may have seen this previously, right? Or a version of it. So who you see on the screen right now, this is my man, Truth. Yeah, I interviewed him a couple times. I did an in-person podcast with him and all that. You know, he been touring, he been doing his thing. He had 1 million subscribers and all that. And he had dude on that said this. I had to put it under what the hell, I'm trying to understand it. Even though he clarified, I wanted to get y'all opinion, man. Hit the like. I knew I was going to do that. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. I messed it up. Hold on. Hold on. Let me bring this down real quick. Let me try to fix it. I should have just left it up there. There you go. All right, got it now. All right. All right. So let me get y'all take on this. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most.
Because I always, when I say, yo, send her 20,000, I say her, not them, not everybody. Her. That means that's the woman that you know, whoever you fuck with, whoever you know for a fact, and got it out the mud and had to figure this shit out 8 times over, failed, got back up, rocking this shit how she so her that, because you already know what she'll do with it compared to everybody else. So I always say specific words, and I always mean everything I fucking say. So when people, man, nigga, you try to get it random bitches, that's not what I said. I said send her, because every man know what a her is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a her in their life. Well, hopefully they do.
I'm glad you delineated that, because I was like, is he talking about just every woman?
I think nah, bro.
I thank you for delineating that, because I'm like, damn, if I just gave 20,000 to every woman,
you'll be broke. Everybody be broke.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
You know, because
So this the dude, right? Poppy Chulo Dreaded, right? He got 1.7 million followers, and he the one that say send her 20,000. Y'all seen that before? So
I've seen it.
You seen it?
Better than send me that shit, bro.
You said what?
My algorithm no better than to send me that shit. Hell no.
Damn. So let me see. I'm trying to see where he. Oh, this. The song. I don't let me come in. I want to let me read. Oh, shit. He must got a music in here. Well, he was saying send her $20, 20,000 just because. Send her 20,000. If you have a her in your life, why not send her 20,000? He wasn't saying every woman, but in the video, he just says send her 20,000 right now just because.
A few thoughts. First of all, it just typical rage bait. I think if you've been on the internet long enough at this point, you know what niggas are doing to build their pages. I think at some point we gotta understand what WWE wrestling looks like, and that's it. That's what dude was doing to continue to build his platform. But however, the sentiments, and we're gonna kind of get into this in the leading topic. I just think, bro, it's just nasty work, man. What we do. It's just a lot of nasty work from men, from women, the way we use the internet. We put these unrealistic ideas on the masses as truth. And I just hope we get to a point where niggas just start. I mean, I think it's happening here, I'm sure, in the comments, but niggas like that gotta get moved to the side. Cause they'll say a dude like me is getting in the way because I'm trying to bring somewhat balance to this conversation. But that type of shit right there, it's just it's a lot of words I could use. Corny is the first word that always comes to mind for me. No disrespect to him personally, but I'm just like, bro, we know what the truth is and the reality of what most people are living in. They don't got $20,000 to offer nobody. So why is they being attached to masculinity or manhood in any way? It's not even logical.
Man, even if we reduce this number to make it more palatable for regular guys, even if you said $2,000, the truth is the number don't really matter because most women are terrible with fucking money. So, and he used the qualifier like she know what to do with it. She gonna go shopping or she gonna go spend it on some stupid shit. I don't know many women that are good with money. I just don't. With just money that's not bill money, they fuck it off. Don't send her shit. Don't send her shit. Fuck that. Show me the woman, then we'll make that determination. Other than that, they fuck money off.
They preface a lot of this shit off of what's his name's wife, Gucci Man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like they want everybody to be that and have that. But did you see the other dude who he came home, gave all his stuff over? Now she done blocked them, ain't answering his calls because they didn't have any covenant in terms of, I'm talking not covenant, but an agreement with the states or anything, right? He was not married to her, you know what I'm saying? To where that's his shit, he gave it to her, went to prison expecting her to be stand up. Instead, she curved him, cut him off. Somebody gonna die in that situation.
Right. In the proper context, too, is what you just said. Gucci, that's his wife. That's a perfect context. But if you gotta send her 20,000, then chances are she ain't your wife anyway. You know what I'm saying? If it's your wife, she probably got access to that bread or some of the bread. So you wouldn't have to send it to her. So now he talking about sending his girlfriend 20,000 or his special friend 20,000. Man, you outside your fucking mind. Yo, this pay to play trick shit gotta stop, my nigga.
I'm gonna tell you the other fake shit he said. The her shit.
Yeah.
Send her that. Like you supposed to we seen too much shit, bro. You go to the hood right now, the first grave about $1, the next 2 about a woman, right? And a lot of times, them things intertwine, right? Most people don't understand money, right? Especially when they never had it, they never had to work for it. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? You send her that, she gonna live her wildest dreams.
Right.
That's realistic expectation. Who? What you talking about? Come on, man. This shit don't make no sense.
Bro, I just want to know who these mystical women are that be doing all these great things with money. I don't know. I know a handful, but that's it. Look, even Gucci's wife, that's his wife, and she stands out because that's not typical.
Yeah, that's why that's why you revere what she did. Most motherfuckers ain't doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and what we do is have the conversation based on what's asked, right? So he said send it to a woman, so we talking about women right now. You see what I mean? We ain't saying men do it too. Fuck all that. He said send the money to a woman. That's what's being scrutinized now. You see?
Right.
And we just know what's gonna happen. All these motherfuckers got habits, right, Sha? And guess what?
Yeah.
That habit gets stronger once you're using somebody else's money.
Right.
Right? Like motherfucker who drink cheap will just drink expensive. If they got 20,000 in there, and let the fuck out. Oh, I'm gonna start being the fuck out of here, nigga.
It's a fact.
Clase Azul as opposed to the Jose Cuervo, especially when you ain't earning.
Bro, my daughter is like that. I've seen that already. She even admitted it. Like when she's spending our money, oh, it's different. She got her first job in college right now. She's like, oh, I'm gonna be frugal.
But see what what y'all think about this though? Because from my estimation, it ain't even about the women. The women is the play. The women is the like pseudo nobility that he's trying to present. It's really just a stunt on niggas. It ain't got nothing to do with women. Like I know women probably saw that and got excited. I ain't got shit to do with women, bro. That's for him to be able to say as a man, like I'm that nigga, because I can do things that other men can't do. It don't have anything to do with the value of the woman that's next to you. Because I would argue, like a valuable woman, like that 20,000 is gonna be invested into something that benefits like the family, benefits like the greater good of all y'all. You know what I mean? I guess if you got it to throw again, which is gonna be a small minority of men that could even do something like that, just got 20,000 to let go like that, right? It ain't even about the women. That's the play. That's the rage bait. That's how you get the views in the comments. But it's really just a stunt on dudes.
Word. I tend to agree, right? And he said just because too, Sha. Right? So
Right,
we actually overanalyzing it, right? Because he tried to clarify it when he was with Truth, right? But in his initial clip, to your point, he said just because. So there's no expectation for the 20 grand.
Right.
Now all of a sudden it's the Gucci wife shit, right? He gotta pick a side.
Right.
Is it play money or is it money that she need to allocate? Right? Because here's another thing. I guarantee when Gucci went in there's a plan in place for her to execute. Right, while making decisions that come along with allocating that type of money along the way, right? Make sure you do this. It ain't like when you're in prison, you don't got a phone, you don't got no email at this point, right? Do this, and this. And you got to trust her to do it. She did this shit while making plays along the way. But he said 20,000 just because. That's a different. Even he's saying two different things.
I gotta do this though. Won't be me if I don't do this part though, right? I gotta address something Sean said. Just gotta, a little bit of pushback from my brother because it's love, right? And I've heard this a few times on the panels. Hell might have said it too a little bit. So the idea that overwhelmingly women are irresponsible with money. Do the numbers actually show that? If we go off anecdotal, I'm sure we've all had an experience with a chick just because she bored, because she just want to treat herself, because she feeling sad, she want to go buy a Gucci.
Yes, come on.
Hold on a second. Let's walk it down a little bit.
Why?
Because we got to make sure, you know what I mean? This is the super perspective, man. We do it the right way. Okay. What I'm saying is, are you looking at wealth? Are we looking at wealth to have this conversation?
What you mean?
Because I'm saying, as far as what black women, the wealth that they amass and the wealth that black men have amassed, it ain't that far apart.
Well,
yeah. Are you asking about women though? Are you asking about the women? Because who's the biggest consumers?
that's what I was
It is. It's women.
Who
It's
has the
women.
most debt?
I ain't looked at the numbers. I don't believe what y'all say is women.
Yeah,
I haven't looked at the numbers.
It's women, and it's not even, and this is not even nothing against. This is literally just right. The most debt for whatever the reasons are. Right. There's a thing now. There's truth in the number, right, about foreclosures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they just have the most foreclosures. They probably tried to buy more houses. We saw that, but they also have the more foreclosures, right? You can't pay a bill, right? That would mean that you either don't understand money. Maybe there could be an experience. You lost a job and things of that nature. But when you lose assets, the assumption is going to be that you mismanaged something.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking about my anecdotal, right? Because I mean,
Yeah,
I try to date women that are doing well for themselves. At least it ain't always got to be 6 figures, but at least like they ain't living check by check. And I'm saying, yeah, they want to travel, they want to do these things, but just seeing them just spend money recklessly, that ain't really my like anecdotal experience. So I'll concede to y'all in that that's what y'all seen in the earth. You know what I mean? I'm around a lot of what's the word, frugal women.
Even anecdotally, right? I've seen decent money management here and there, but even like I used to do evictions. You need to have like it's in DC. If they hire you for eviction, you have to have like 20 movers. The sheriff got to be there. It's just odd. But I would say if I probably did 50 evictions. 45 of them was women for sure. Like 100%. You feel bad putting their kids shit out on the curb and all. You know what I mean? I guess after the 40th one, you don't, right? Essentially. But they pay so much for them shits, right? But it was mostly women, and we don't know the factors as to why. But we're looking on surface level. There's money that was supposed to be paid that wasn't. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of breaking it down, right?
Right.
I got you.
And look at. I don't know. I think Callie be doing this to herself on purpose. She thinks she be saying something. She's saying, "Don't get loans, ladies. Go work at Rainbow." LOL. But if your loan don't turn a profit for you, that's a bad investment.
Or it wasn't an investment. It was an acquisition of useless debt.
Yeah, we talking money, right? Now, what's the motive behind the house and the loans? I understand the motive, right? But the outcome is how I can see. Did you mismanage? Did you understand the allocation, right, etc. And when we see that you didn't, you have to tell the truth.
When y'all say debt,
rocket science. Go ahead.
When y'all say debt, are y'all separating like student loan debt and consumer debt?
You can, right? But if you didn't, it wouldn't be disingenuous either. Because a student loan, you still got to turn a profit off that, at least year over year, right? So if Sean got a loan for $100K over the course of 10 years, right? But his income based on that loan outweighs it year over year, that's a good investment. But when it doesn't, it's a bad investment. You have to do all the work, right? A loan is a loan is a loan. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even being. You see what I'm saying? My bad.
I can't argue from a fiscal perspective. I can't argue that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Now, there's good intention, right? But the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
Their consumer behavior is wild. Like these are the people who will literally be late on bills and shit to go on trips. They'll try to press you as a man to I remember being broke and shit, and they trying to go on trips. My thing is, if you ain't got a multiple of what that trip costs in the bank, why the fuck are you going on that trip? Why? They'll take out loans and shit to go on trips. You know what I'm saying? They do the wildest shit, bro. Like they let their girls talk them into all this shit about spending money. This is what I had to tell a few chicks. If these motherfuckers is only calling you to spend money and not to make money, they're not your friends. And that includes their family. And I see that all the time. It's all about spending the bread. If you think about it, right? Us compared to them, our mindset, bro, we get fly shit for the sake of getting more women. I mean, we like fly shit, but we could bare bones. We could live in a studio apartment. That shit could be still decent, but we don't need a 2-bedroom that's laid out and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't need a Mercedes, you know what I'm saying, type shit. We don't need all that shit. We can have a regular car and be fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you're dealing with a woman, bro, they want better and better and more and more and better and more. They just want more. And if you let them, they'll push you to be like that. I just don't let them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this ain't the show for this, but I would let them mine that out. The more is that innate? Is that societal? Is that supported? Who is that supported by? I would love to have that conversation. Maybe not today, but because I'm wondering, is it something that we can change? If this is the reality, particularly where we headed with automation, a lot of human jobs are about to be lost with advanced technology. Some of these things we say are reality gonna have to change, bro, or it's gonna be a lot of niggas on the street.
Only when niggas
trying to chase these pleasures.
Absolutely forced to tighten their belt when they tighten. And I'm talking about women when I say niggas. That's it. Absolutely forced. No other fucking option. But they gonna squeeze every bit of juice out that motherfucking orange. And they'll squeeze the juice out of your motherfucking oranges too if you let them. Pause. Well, I guess it ain't a pause as a woman. Bro, they bad with money. Now, as a person that sells things, I used to love to see a woman come in the store because I know the difference literally was the man will buy for himself, the woman will buy for herself, and everybody in the house. I swear to God, every single time. She'll buy for her and the man, or her and the kids, or whatever. Every time. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
I seen this, bro. I was talking about this yesterday, right, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, just say we just gotta say the truth, right?
Say the truth.
Like, regardless of, like, people start windmilling, and what I realize is people who sit on a particular side, they're gonna windmill for their side no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't saying nothing, right? Well, some of it. He ain't saying nothing, but the people who scrutinize the other side are the exact same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's literally two peas in a pod. But we know this is true because we can calculate it. We can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The conflation is happening. I don't know who said it. Bad spending habits with income levels, right? Us earning a similar amount doesn't then define how we spend our money. Right? Those are two separate things. We're talking about spending, debt, and etc.
Absolutely. If you think about the psychographics of marketing, most of it is geared towards women. They are the prime consumers. Like, we are the decision makers in general in the household. But in terms of money, it's always them driving the consumer. Well, it's mostly them, literally mostly. And I mean 8 times out of 10. Them.
Yeah, that's true. It's like 70% of I have read that. That's true for sure.
Bro, my last car, it just died, but it had 315,000 miles on it. I bought that car to drive state to state. I bought that car for that purpose. Now, I would have let that bitch, you know what I'm saying, personally, like, that motherfucker get to 500,000. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, nigga, talk about cars right now, nigga. Man, I got to get another one.
Bro, I had a Lumina in college that had 300-something thousand miles, and that bitch didn't even go in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And that was good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go in reverse, but it still has sounds in it. Now, when you get around, wow, what's this? Oh my God, we can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it goes forward. I just needed to go forward. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, bro. Don't give Shorty that bag, man. Don't give it to her, man. Shit. Unless you plan on her fucking it off.
Which is what he initially said.
Better chance of betting that 20,000 on any football game today. You know what I'm saying? Taking the underdog in any football game today. The underdog in a football game today got a better chance than your chick not blowing that bread. Think about it. And what's the return gonna be on that 20 grand if you bet on the fucking Jaguars today? You know what I'm saying? At least you got a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Sophisticated jerk with a $5 says he is tripping. I sent her an Indeed link.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
Trying to feel me, nigga. Politics as usual.
So let me show y'all this, man. This been all over the timeline as of late. Now this one got sent to me the most, but it says food stamp cuts spark massive outrage. Snap backlash goes viral.
Have not eaten 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps out.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio. It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability check is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching a video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you. My kids have not eaten 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them.
Y'all show that AI, bro.
Nah, hell nah. That's what she
God damn.
That's what she thinks.
She's smoking dope. She's smoking dope, bro. That's nutty.
What's nutty about it, man?
I don't know how more wrong you could be as a human being as an adult. She got on the internet and said that shit. Damn, I'm praying for her children, bro, because I can imagine what's going on in that household if that's her real sentiments. Like, what?
Yo, think about this. If you that's all you've ever known, why would you think any differently? If you've come from a place in which benefits were always received, right? And you believe in a socialistic society to where things are shared, right? Things should be afforded. When you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, in Canada, don't they have included healthcare?
Mm-hmm.
Or I think say free. I think things are kind of just, you know what I mean, like reconciled, but free healthcare, whatever. Then why wouldn't if the Canadians came down here, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you paying for?" Right? Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you paying for this? So if you grow up in a construct, let's say her mom had a similar construct to where they always got these benefits, I don't see her being far off from having that thinking, really thinking that.
Yeah.
She had 2,000 followers.
I think there's so many different ways to look at this. Well, so many different parts of this that are interesting. Expecting the government to provide benefits through a social safety net that's set up that we all pay into, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for sure. Abusing that system because you're lazy as fuck, that's something completely different. Feeling like you can have as many kids as you want because the government is going to be there is different than just being like life happens and it's like, shit, I've been paying into this shit for mad long. The safety net is here for this reason. That's two totally different mindsets. Even the one chick that was like, damn, they taking away this and that, don't have no more kids. Even that to me says, even to Shah's question on the last topic about change behavior, that sounded like she was urging people to change their behavior. Like, don't have no more kids. That safety net ain't gonna be here. That bag ain't gonna be here. So even that, I found that to be interesting. That was the second chick I think that said that.
She said, if you broke, you should not be having no kids.
Which she should be saying anyway. Even with the safety net here, don't have no fucking kids if you broke. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. Trust me.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, it seems like I think Trump is doing what the fuck he said he was gonna do. Hella high water.
Sure.
Yeah, he is.
Like
good and bad.
Yeah, hella high water. I was looking at this video. I think it was. Did the National Guard go to Memphis?
I don't know.
I didn't hear that.
That shit a third world country, so I don't know.
Nah, man, that's down the street from the crib, man.
I know. Think that's why I'm talking shit. Straight up 55. Hey, straight up 55.
Straight up 55 for sure.
I saw a video. It was a black dude. He was handing out "Make America Great Again" hats, and I think it was Memphis. It was somewhere. And they like, look, the kids outside playing again, this, that, and the third. Like he was just talking like that, like the men who were in those communities. That shit just be so interesting to me, man. Where there's so many videos where you got people talking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when they like, yo, man, the kids outside. I wish I saved that video, but I was just scrolling. I ain't saved it. But I'm looking at this shit. The brother
he was
said,
in Memphis?
I don't know where he was. They sounded.
Okay.
I just was thinking about places where they said they was gonna go. So I thought maybe it was Memphis. I could be totally off. It's just the accent. I was trying to figure. I couldn't place it, so I thought it was south somewhere. It could have been Chicago, maybe. I don't think so. Though. I'm not sure. But I just look at this shit and then this stuff, right? How many people are like, what does it take to qualify to get this stuff?
I don't really have the detail.
In place or something. I think they did. I don't know if that's everywhere. I don't know if it's nationally or locally. They put in like work requirements. Like you got to work a certain amount of something. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know.
I don't know the qualifications there for SNAP. Which you how did to qualify? I know a lot of people who are very close to the poverty line don't qualify. So
yeah, the sentiment is that people don't deserve that shit. I hear that sentiment overwhelmingly. And when we see these videos, it's almost like a sentiment of that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Take your ass outside and work or whatever the case is.
Right.
Like look at the lady right here. She joking about it. Her, hold on, let me see.
Food stamps off.
If you're poor, don't have kids.
Right, these two. This is the sentiment that you hear.
Have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut
that's
no
an AI
food
video.
stamps
That's
off.
AI, bro.
If you're poor,
Yeah, that first one looked like it might be AI.
What's AI him?
But the sentiment is interesting though.
How the fuck do y'all know that?
I don't want to put the 10-4 hat on, man, but there's some conspiracy theories about what's happening on the internet. I don't know if you familiar with the dead internet theory.
Nah.
It's this idea that like a lot of the shit that we look at is in addition to being AI generated, it's like it's influenced by foreign actors. It's just like we're not looking at organic material. We're looking at information. Our algorithms are curated a certain way to just kind of like steer us in this direction. We're not looking at like organic material. That just seemed crazy. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there like that. It's definitely nuts. That just seemed cuckoo. But she could really believe that. But that just seems, I don't know, man. I don't know,
man. I think that,
and I'm scrutinizing things. After kind of reading some of that and just thinking about even looking at my algorithm here. Not to derail us too far, but I'm starting to put my 10-4 hat on a little bit more often now and be like, this shit don't. It just. I don't know, man.
I don't ruin shit for myself. I see it. That's what it is. And I'm assessing it. I ain't ruining nothing. When I go watch Marvel, I know it's fake. I've heard and seen sentiments like this before.
True.
So I don't, you know what I mean? So I catch your drift, right, about the assessment, but I'm looking at it like, hey, when I go to movies, I know what I'm watching, right? And I've heard people say this shit before. Similar sentiments, right?
For sure. On YouTube.
Yeah.
I've heard the government. I ain't never heard the taxpayer. I ain't never heard it's y'all responsibility. I've heard it's the government's job to take care of my kids. I ain't never heard it's y'all responsibility to take care of my kids. She didn't say the government. She said the taxpayer.
Oh yeah, that is.
That's what I'm saying. That's different. Have you heard that before? I ain't never heard the tax. Y'all that go to work every day to get y'all taxes pulled out. Y'all supposed to take care of my kids that y'all didn't have. I ain't never heard that before. Him.
Niggas know where that money comes from. Every time I see a cookout in the projects, I go because I know I already put in.
It's crazy.
I know. I'm just saying. I know I already put in.
Hey,
Hey, what you doing out here? Oh no, I chipped in already. I see y'all.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I got a video that's kind of related to the first topic. It's
first topic.
Yeah, the first topic about sending Shorty 20 grand.
God damn, you want to go backwards?
I think it's interesting, man. I don't know. I think it's something that's worth. Look, hold on. Let me ask you this question first. Is this a show where we want a woman's perspective too? Is today's show a show where we want a woman's perspective too?
Say it one more time.
Is today's show a show where we want a woman's perspective too?
Sure, we can watch it.
No, I'm saying like, are we going to invite any?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I just want to. We got the one more, and then we can circle back to any topic. Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right.
Yeah, we can circle back to any topic. So. But yeah, man, nah, that's a real person, B. You know what I mean?
That's nutty then, man. So, man. Mental health awareness.
Face Man was goody. I don't got my soundboard today, man, but salute to Face Man in the building who gifted 5. This might be risky memberships, man. Whoever got blessed with one, please maintain it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. When I'm traveling. When I'm traveling. This is such an interesting build out, man. You know, this is such an interesting build out. We had a dope show Friday. Was it Friday?
Yep, Friday.
And we kind of got into the pillars of masculinity. And Shaw was articulating it out well. And he said one thing that really made sense to me. So we tried it in real time. He said, how'd you say it? We teach people how to treat us.
Yeah, you train people how to treat you. You got to train people how to treat you.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying what he was saying, right? Well, let me see. Yeah. And so we tried it in real time. Let me see.
Y'all on panels for a minute now. Hear the shit. Don't know how when a problem. I'm like, you ain't come over. That's y'all shit.
They're not looking. They can't figure it out for themselves. They're looking to you to be the answer to those questions. So that's what I'm not saying that, I just think that's what it is. You got to step it up. That's how I look at it.
Hold on. All right, babe, can you hear me? Can y'all hear her?
Not really. Yeah,
we hear now.
All right. Sean told me to try this. So you know how I be going to the gym and all that every day, and
don't lie for him about going to the gym. Don't
I go to the gym, dickhead? Sorry, that's Lee. He's from New Jersey, so he's a little bit
dickhead.
A dickhead.
Cool.
And so I be sore as hell. And there's times I limp by you and shit like that. I'm thinking like, babe, you okay? You need like a back rub or something? But as opposed to just limping by and not being able to put my socks on, I would like if you like rub my back from time to time. That'll make me feel better emotionally, mentally, and physically.
In the bottom of his feet too. Sorry, I added. Never mind.
Socks on. Long as you have socks on.
What you think?
I can do that.
Damn, it worked.
Too easy, man. Too freaking easy, bro.
Is it that easy?
Yeah, it is actually.
Or does she know how to operate in front of the camera?
You got to let us know when you know as the weeks progress. You got to report back and let us know what happened, so we can
Okay.
assess it. But the fact that you said something to me, that's a milestone. You know, because I know you a tough brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could break both arms, or you know what I mean, and you'll still try to figure it out. But you know, that's a HAMP decision.
So what's the overall premise though, good brother? Like the pillars of masculinity is something you had said in the chat, but that was a great question. But I just want to break it down.
Let me go through the super chat real quick. But in general, as I'm looking for this, I think as men, particularly like men who are in society now, 2025, looking at the future, you know what I mean? It's good to assess the past, but looking at the future, I think it's a good practice as men to always assess how we're defining manhood. Are our definitions actually working for us? Or they just things that we pass down, and just because they've been passed down, we accept them. The things that are working, we maintain, we keep, we strengthen. Those things that might not be working, I don't know if we can necessarily throw them away immediately without assessing it, but we need to assess it. And I think that, which is a very lighthearted example of what happened Friday, I think speaks to a larger, I don't want to say issue, but it speaks to us as men not having those assessments. Because I would argue any man that has a wife should be able to get his back rubbed. That shouldn't be something that you shouldn't be fighting between your toughness and letting your woman know, hey man, I'm putting in that work. What's up with a back rub when you see me coming in the house limping without them grocery bags? Like, what's up with that? That shouldn't be something as men that we're hesitant to do. And I think it's a few different things that play. One is, again, particularly, black men. I'm gonna argue Southern men even more with this, like this toughness. I'm never hurt. Who needs the doctor thing that, D'Angelo just passed away. And I don't know all his medical situation. So I don't want to say he was a man not taking care of his health. But we got men dying of cancer at an earlier age, now 51, from, I think it was pancreatic cancer, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard of men dying from cancer in their late 30s and 40s. But there's also a discussion about, where women are and how they fit in this conversation, what they're being taught to do when it comes to taking care of a man. So it's a lot of things at play. But just define it. Like what do we consider the pillars of masculinity?
So let me retort.
Okay.
Are women natural nurturers?
Natural, no.
No. Okay. Well, then if they're not natural nurturers, if that's not innate to them, then I digress.
I don't know how the chemical, Sean is the chemist on the panel. I don't know how like that chemical makeup presents in the physical realm. You know what I mean? So I imagine that nurturing is something that's taught. They see it in the home. It's something that's passed down and pushed, and then when they grow up, they exude in the world. Not when they grow up, you can be a nurturer as a kid too, but I don't think they come into the world, because you think about what babies just get. How much do babies give? So how can you innately be a nurturer? I don't know.
Okay. Well then, yeah, then I don't really have a reply if it's not natural to them, because if it was, I was going to say Stevie Wonder could see I need a back rub. You heard?
I got you.
A natural nurturer in a house, right? Why I gotta make requests? Who gonna decline a back rub?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, nurturing is a learned behavior for sure for women. It's a learned behavior. Look, but I would make this argument: nurturing is innate to men, but not to women. I notice I ain't gonna like that.
Go ahead.
Nurturing, or let me just be fair, nurturing is more innate to men than it is to women. Because if we think about the components of nurturing, if we think about the components of nurturing, that's part of a man's duty in general. It just comes natural to us. Protection to me is a component of nurturing, and I think that comes natural to us as men.
Protecting who?
Everybody, anybody.
But Sean, you agree that most men are cowards.
Yeah. I think men are cowards, but I do think so. So let me. I think most men are cowards, meaning they're not going to lay it all out on the line if they don't have to. But I think if they have to, if forced to, then they would. If forced to, and I mean forced to. The ones that are not cowards, I think, are the ones that are just trained to go. They ready to go. The other ones, you literally there has to be no other option. And I think, and is before a woman did that, a man would do that. Damn, I sound like Arnold when I said that. But yeah, long before a woman would think of doing that, a man would think of doing that. So yeah, he could still be a coward, but when pressed to that point, yeah, it's gonna come into play if he ain't got no other option.
Do you think it's okay? See, because here's one thing I'm thinking about too, right? You make yourself human with this shit, right? Asking for stuff, acknowledging pain or it's tough, right? Or I'm stressed out and all that, you know? Like, you know, this vulnerability thing that we kind of say is important. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if making yourself human is the right move, though. Like and that sounds crazy, I know. But like, you a superhero to these people for a reason. Mm-hmm. And if you start doing the shit they doing and they don't see you as a superhero no more, what happens? When you got a kid, they know that they can do it because you standing there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My son, I put it in the Discord. I gotta get a picture. I'm not even home. I'm in Cali, for the game. He fell asleep with his boxing gloves on in his bed under the covers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what I'm striving for? Or always be a superhero and I got to take some costs that come with that?
Yeah, you always got to be a superhero.
I'm thinking about the superhero narrative, and I think it's a reason why they introduced us to Clark Kent. Because if they just kept Superman flying and lasers coming out his eyes and stopping buildings from crumbling, it would give men particularly like an unrealistic idea of what a superhero actually is. And also, I'm thinking about my own anecdotal experience because I always talk about my grandfather because my grandfather is this man y'all talk about. I ain't never heard that man complain about anything or talk about anything for that matter, right? But I saw in my father, when my father met his like moment in life, because I think as men, you get that crossroad where things are going pretty well and you get hit with an immovable force, an immovable wall, and you got to figure out how to pivot behind it. You know what I mean? You can't push through it all the time with force. That doesn't always work. And so I think showing the human side gives the full picture of a man. Because the truth is, none of y'all, it ain't been a linear process for y'all. It was a moment in life you had to slow down for a second. It might not have been a long second. Maybe you didn't shed no tears when it happened, but you had the other side of you outside of ambition, fortitude, perseverance. There were other skills you had to maintain. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying we could do the bravado thing and raise that up as the man. This is what manhood looks like, but it ain't realistic. It's just not realistic.
Go
ahead, my bad.
What's the unrealistic aspect?
That as a man, there aren't going to be moments where you don't need other people. There are going to be moments of weakness, mentally, physically, right? Like right now, you know what I mean? I could use some help. You know what I mean? And if I'm sitting here trying to hold up the manhood flag just so I can make people think like, despite everything happening right now, which I will overcome it but it's like it's not necessary. It's not even logical from my point of view, because I think people that really care about you accept that a part of being a man is being a human too.
Yeah, I agree. And that's one thing I was saying. Like, we're all of us are interdependent, right? But we've always worked together. You know what I mean? There's things though that are pillar of manhood, which are being assessed, that I think it's imperative to work through on your own.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Like tough times. Like for instance, let's say I went to the doctor, right? And I got a test for one of those, right? Pancreatic cancer comes and gets us. Prostate cancer come and get us, right? Let's say I have they take a test. They say, man, based on whatever the case is, we need to test it further to see if it's actual. When I get home, until I get the results, I'm not telling my wife about this.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
Right. Once I get a result, that's when the conversation happens. But if it's a maybe not, I'm not putting that on her lap, right? She go to the doctor instantly, babe. This, and this. Right. And we're gonna both bear the burden until we get the result, and hopefully everything copacetic. I'm gonna bear that burden myself until I get the result. It just I don't know if that's a great example, but that's the example I have in my head.
That's interesting. Damn, that's interesting. But the only pushback I got for that, Hemp, is even in that situation, I think a lot of us would tell one of the homies, whether it's your brother or somebody like that. I wouldn't want to alert the women because they take it to level 20. But I would tell one of my brothers in that situation, like, bro, this what's going on. Because my brothers have told me this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this what's going on. I'm going to get some more tests. And we'll talk about it before the emotion gets involved in the shit. I think that's the only thing we have differently. But I would not tell the woman. I wouldn't tell the woman at all.
But here's one of the things I go back to, like the kind of training people how to teach you, right? Because from what I know about both of y'all are very steadfast, business first. Y'all handle y'all business, and I can see that from afar. So I know the women in y'all life know that for the most part, Hemp and Sean got it. So if you're training her how to deal with you, because I've had to deal with this, and it started for me with my mom, right? Because that was the first woman in my life as a kid. Like, I've been a very independent man since I was like a young guy. They'll tell you, like, me and my mom clashed a lot because I always was like, I got it, right? So even now, as I told y'all, like, we're every once in a while, like, I have to be like, mama, this shot you talking to, and she understands it ain't a fight. So I guess I'm saying in that scenario, I'm imagining y'all wife, like, if we keep it in general, right? We talk about women being these, what's the word? Neurotic, stressed. They stress easily, they panic. I understand in general, but I'm thinking about y'all, the two men that I'm learning to getting to know. Like, I imagine him with your wife, all she gonna do is like, oh, I know you got it, but what you need me to do? You see what I'm saying? Because she know the burden is yours. She just wants to be able to support you if you need her. She ain't finna start panicking. She might ask you, hey, has your follow-up appointment been, you got your follow-up? Any medicines you need in this process? So I would think like having a woman in your life to do that doesn't take away from your manhood if you let her know what the situation is. But oftentimes when we talk here, we always talk about this archetype of a woman who's flailing in the case of any type of drama. And I just don't think that's just like, that exists. I just have a hard time thinking that just like women. That's the women that we dealing with in general, thinking about what they got to deal with too.
Yeah, and that's the important part. Yeah, my wife will, once if I understand what it is, now I say, okay, here's what's actual, and she'll say, okay, what do we do? How do we work through, right? And she still has the emotion, of course, right? Which is why you mitigate it by having definites before you have that conversation. Because the reactions, right, oftentimes may just hinder like kind of dealing with it too. Because now I have to deal with her emotion and mine, to be honest, about potentially having something that could be fatal. You know, I've come to this conclusion already that I know the first time I'm gonna get flowers is when I die. And I don't really see a problem with it. I don't think.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's the reason why I'm struggling is
what do you mean flowers? Like what does that look like? Oh, real flowers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hell no. Don't give me no flowers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We thinking deep.
Yeah, you don't want no flowers anyway. They don't want no flowers.
I'm allergic to them too.
You don't want no flowers anyway.
I
hate that example now because I know you don't want no flowers, nigga.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I saw a video, right? And I had already concluded this. My oldest daughter showed me this video. It was a dude. He was sitting on the couch, right? And his little daughter was like maybe 7 or 8. She's like, "Here, daddy." She gave him some flowers. And she's like, "I'm giving you these flowers because the only time men get flowers is at their funeral." And he like bust down crying.
Yeah, bro, I saw that. Yeah.
But my daughter had showed it to me, you know, but I had already concluded that though.
Damn.
Like, you know how we say the only way you can deal consequences by removing your presence?
Yeah.
A lot of the appreciation comes when your presence is removed, whether it be for an acute period or finite. When you're not around to open the pickle jar, right? Or to do all these things forever. That's when granddaddy is most appreciated, when he ain't there no more.
Damn, Hamp, I think you're wrong too. I think you're not gonna get those flowers when you die. Because the flowers are for the family. It's for the people that survived you. It ain't even for you then. They sending flowers to the family. That's crazy when you really think about it. That shit ain't for you.
That's fair.
That casket for you, the one that you paid for before you left here.
My uncle, right? He had bone cancer, right? And one of the most painful shit is like bone marrow transplants. Like they say, ain't no way around it. Like, because it got to go into that bone, you know, like that needle got to go into the bone. So my uncle, you want to talk about an asshole, son? If you tell that nigga you love him, then you might be bound to have to fight him, right? But he'd do anything in the world for you, you know. But he paid. He got his casket. He made sure he went to see the Jets. Like, he did all the shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do. But he had 90% of his shit already paid for and set up. You know what I'm saying? Before he passed, you know. But he only got 2 daughters. I got 2 cousins. You know. But
so I want to open up, take it another place.
Before we pivot, though, what do you think about what's being said, though? Is this an issue? Is this one of the pillars of masculinity that needs to be reassessed before we go another place? Unless the place we're going is helping us clarify.
I think it is. I don't want to introduce it to you say it's not, but I think it is. Even in this discussion, I'm thinking about how we developed our ideas of masculinity. Because I think, you know, as I continue to study and learn about, you know, my people before we got indoctrinated into this kind of Western society the way we are, I'm learning that it's misguided. And again, you said something that was real. Like, if we're gonna have these conversations about where we were historically, African, and all these things, we got to stop this tether talk. We got to stop all this separating of each other, and we have to kind of get around a unified idea of like what I, and maybe it's not like monolithic where it's all one, but there's similarities in our like lineage. Because yes, I think the idea that if I'm going like Western to Western, I think I'm derailing a little bit. So let me just stick on the point you're talking about, like what happens when you leave Earth. And
stay there.
I think you sure?
This ain't Western. This
What ain't
biblical.
Western?
This actually biblical.
Okay, what part? I'm make sure I miss. What exactly? What part?
Well, maybe I'm just thinking about like how hard we think we gotta be, because that's the part that we kind of been talking about. Is biblical.
Okay.
Right after women get their punishment, after Eve did what she did, people don't keep reading to the next verse. It says how difficult it's going to be to till the land and to bear fruit for men, because of what Adam did too. You know.
Okay.
I don't know if that was what, because that sounds like the pillar we kind of assessing.
Is the pillar of like toughness? That's kind of what you're saying, like fortitude. Is that the pillar we talking about?
Because I think that's the pillar that's often kind of scrutinized. You know, like the just a tough fat, like not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So, but it's your premise though. So I'm just thinking through it with you. So if you want to pivot, by all means.
I'm hoping it all ties into what I was saying, because even like the lone wolf that goes into the world, picks himself up by his bootstraps, fights the elements with his sword and shield. I'm not, again, because I'm still learning. I'm still trying to study to make sure I got it right, so I can pass it down to my sons. I don't know if that's like an actual like necessity of masculinity, because for what I understand, like we're communal people.
Yeah.
So
lone wolf is bullshit. Lone wolf died.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's not even a real thing in nature. Lone wolves die. Okay. They're pack animals.
And the reason why I'm mentioning it is because I think that's how we that's how we view masculinity in all aspects, right?
I see what you're saying.
In all aspects, like, yeah, man, go out there and figure it out. And if you make it, you are an example of a masculine man. Even the idea of individual success as the way we assess men is erroneous from what I'm learning. Like, masculinity traditionally was like how well the men took care of the society, took care of the group. That was a responsibility. If you think just taking care of you, your wife, and your kid is where it stops, I'm arguing that's a new idea. That's not traditionally what masculinity looked like. We had a communal responsibility to each other. We made communal decisions for the group, for the community. These are all things that you can find. I don't know. You got to edify me on like if it's in the Bible the way I'm explaining it. But when I look at like our history before we kind of came to America, that's what manhood was like. A group of men. This how we move. These are the rules for our society. Your son is my son. Your daughter is my daughter. We looking out for each other. My success is tied to the success of all of y'all. If I'm the only one out the village who makes it, it's cool. But you ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't trying to take it from you, but you don't get to walk around with your bag and say, ha, I did it better than all y'all. That ain't how success is being measured.
I think masculinity, and I'm not trying to inject this term to be hyperbolic. I think when we agreed that there are different ways you can become a hoe, I think there are different ways that you can be considered masculine. So if we can talk about toughness, we could talk about courage, we could talk about provision, we could talk about the things you build, we could talk about what you just said. I don't think there's just one way that you can be considered masculine. You know what I'm saying? It can just be assertiveness. Now the YN's masculine to them is you a stepper, you out here sliding. That's masculine to them. So I think there are more than one ways to become masculine. And what you said absolutely is one way for sure. I think to your point, it's being distilled, it's being titrated more now. It's seen as less. Even on YouTube, we see men that's saying, take care of your household, as if the greater community doesn't matter, as if your household ain't got to go out into the fucking community or into the fucking world. So I agree with you on that. I just think that there are more ways that we can consider a person masculine than just that.
I agree. The reason why I'm a little hesitant to agree wholly, Sean, because right there are multiple pillars and prongs of masculinity, But I think again, particularly like being in America, we get to kind of make it make sense for ourselves as individuals. And I think again, it causes a lot of misalignment with what actually was what were valued masculine traits at one point in time. Even us being in opposition with women right now speaks to how far off we've gotten in terms of masculinity.
Yeah,
because I think now we see it as an opposition. We see like masculinity and femininity as an opposition towards each other when they complement each other.
Yeah, it should coincide.
They should coincide with each other.
The problem is the measuring stick depends on our perspective and our worldview. If I'm a person who believes in rugged individualism, which is what people are preaching, take care of you and yours, then they're only judging masculinity based on that, based on provide, protect, and centralize, not decentralized. They're not thinking about that. It's not expansive. So for them, that would be the people that see that and have that mindset. That's masculinity to them. But then those of us who have this different worldview, we looking like, no, that ain't enough, bro. But yeah, when you look at them on the micro scale, that's still masculinity.
But that's my point, Sean. Because we're talking about assessing it, right? So I would argue for the last 30, 40, 50 years, we've really been pushing this rugged individualism idea, and look where it's led us. Now we get to the point where now man is going to no longer be needed for society to push forward because we've gotten rid of the idea of the collective. We thought then particularly, let's keep it on black people. We thought that being 13% of our population, we was going to be able to do this thing as individuals. Like that doesn't make no fucking sense. Like logically that us as 13%, we're going to be able to rise up if we do it on our own. And look where it's gotten us to, like I said, we're now with AI and automation, they finna wipe out half of the jobs that people do.
Hey, Shah,
rugged individualism.
About what you're saying, the people who are here preaching the rugged individualism, they don't believe in it. You know why? Because they're the same ones that preach men built this. Women, shut up, bitch. Men built this shit. Everything you operate in, men built this shit. Which would signify that men built these pillars of society and this infrastructure that everybody operates in and benefits from. So at what point did men stop building things? So I honestly don't think that they believe that. I think it's just fear and pussyism. I made that word up. That makes them say, hey, let's just focus on this. It's lazy manhood, is lazy parenting. It's easy to say focus on yours. It's not easy to say, damn, Hamp Jr., shit. Damn, him busy as hell. Let me cuff him, man. I see him going the wrong way. I'm gonna cuff him and treat it like he my nephew. That's man shit to me, but not to them.
He's a force.
In building shit and all this shit. What the fuck?
He the fourth. He the fourth.
He's the fourth, so.
Damn.
You know what's crazy? So y'all know my last name is Junior, right? I'm the third.
Word.
Yeah, my dad is Junior.
Really?
Yeah, my last name is my family's last name is actually Junior. So my grandma's last name is Junior. I don't know what they had going on. I don't know when the slaves, when they was trying to figure it all out. I don't know how they ended up picking Junior, but
damn. That's
yeah.
Tough.
Oh,
go ahead.
What's the I agree. We make things that aren't subjective.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it blurs it. And I was saying this before. We seemingly take so much pride in not being monolithic, but the cultures that we use against us to talk about how good they're doing are monolithic.
Yep.
Right. Whenever we want to leverage the Asians, right? Right. How good they doing, etc. They are monolithic as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So it just interesting, man. All right. Can we keep this one? Men don't cry from physical pain.
I ain't mad at that because I ain't mad at that.
Hell no, you that shit.
I ain't mad at that.
Come on, man. I mean,
oh, man, hey, your favorite sport? You said the best sport in the world, man. Them niggas be boohooing tears. They ain't tricking us by putting that towel over their head on that cart, arm hanging. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, even Fred, did you see the last one? Fred ankle was this way, his body was this way. He was just on the cart. Tariq Hill tore his whole knee up. He was just on the cart waving and shit.
Man, what he do under that tent though? What he do under that tent? My quarterback at homecoming for Grambling, at homecoming last weekend, bro, arm was, he couldn't move that bitch. I don't even know what his injury is, but it's fucked up. Yeah, that nigga was crying, and I understood.
I don't know. Kobe, what'd he do? Rip his Achilles, still shot his free throws. You heard?
Yeah.
I want to know when you can cry, so I can, you know what I mean?
Not from,
because I cried the other day watching this documentary that you told me to tell you about.
Yeah. I think heartfelt stuff. There's a movie that I never see my dad break. He always make this face, like this ugly ass cry face, but I never actually see no tears come down his face. But we was watching Mystic River. Y'all heard of that movie?
Yeah.
So the daughter, Sean Penn and his daughter gets like raped and all this other shit, and he thinks it's his childhood friend, but it's really not. When you watch, you know what I mean, the whole movie.
Yeah.
But just seeing your daughter in such dire straits, and the acting in that movie is so great. My father we watched it in the movie theater. My father had that face on, like, you know what I mean? So that type of shit I understand. Something happened to your kids, you know, life changing, life altering shit. You know, I mean, I definitely understand that.
Now I do agree that we're more likely to cry over emotional things like that than physical shit.
Yeah,
because with physical, I think the adrenaline just started pumping. Like when I got shot, I ain't even think about crying. It was just so much adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know niggas that cried keep from killing a nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So why you want that to be a thing then? Why is it less masculine than you? Just curious if you cry because of physical pain. If I still push through it.
The niggas don't know where to stop, bro. Like it's like, okay, gunshot. Okay, broke my arm. Okay, stubbed my toe. Like, nigga, come on, my nigga.
Nah, man.
Nah, niggas. Nah, the niggas just start crying for anything. Nigga, they slam their hand in the door, they crying. They stub their toe, they crying. Like, yo, nah, we gotta just cut it off, you heard? All of it is unnecessary to cry.
But look, it's crying when you think about kids, right? Is crying more a function of help me or give me attention or give me some nurturing? Is it more of a beacon call for that than it is a response to pain? If you think,
I think it's a beacon of whoever, right? If Chug fall when I'm there, he don't cry. If his mom there, he cry.
Yeah, yep. I think that's what it is. It's the call for the goddamn the nipple. It's a call for the breastfeeding at every age. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yeah. Who titties you sucking?
Yeah, it's a call for mommy.
Do y'all look at crying as like a state of being or like just a moment? Because I'm interested on why we make crying like a less masculine thing when it's kind of natural. Crying is natural. Unless you're an actor that's very skilled, and I've been around them niggas, it's very hard for most people to cry on demand. Like very, very hard. So crying is something that's actually, we asking is nurturing, and crying is one of those things that like I think it's a reaction from the body.
But are you more likely to cry for something that's emotional or something physical? Like when's the last time you cried because of physical pain?
I can't remember because I ain't even cried. It was funny. I cried on my live just thinking about my life being spared. I ain't even cried. My bone was hanging out, and I'm looking at it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm like, yeah, my bones out, bro. I ain't even cry.
You can't think of nothing. I'm
on live crying like a little baby, man, because I'm just happy to be here, bro. That's I mean, but if I had to cry because I'm hurt, I don't know. Especially athletes, we get that, bro. When you're an athlete, you're in front of everybody. You get trained not to cry in physical pain. So I don't know.
Yeah, you better not, nigga. Ain't no need.
Ain't no crying from physical pain as a man, bro.
Now here's the one. Go ahead.
No, I got no. Go ahead.
I got kind of derailed with the physical pain shit, right? We talk about that one all the time. But train people how they treat you. And then earlier in that stream, we was talking about happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one, I wish Omar could come. Like,
it's just it's a girl thought. That's that feeling. It's a girl. Happiness is a girl thought. Oh my funny man. It's a girl thought. And we had a good discussion in the Discord about that too. You missed it, Sean. We had a real good. Were you there for the discussion about happiness and contentment, joy? Were you there for the discussion?
I think a little bit, but I think I might have been in and out a little bit. But
yeah,
happiness, men wanting to be happy is girl shit.
Damn. Hey, this nigga toxic, man.
Sean, I just hate the way these niggas explain it. But what he's saying is, I'm in line step with what he's saying, but I just hate the way these niggas explain it. Because Omar was doing the same shit in the Discord. I'm like, when you hear it on the surface, it to the wrong ears, I guess. But like, hey, I'm saying you got to say the truth. We can't care about the way people misinterpret things, because we all know as men that happiness is very fleeting, bro. Like, happiness is not a thing that happiness happens when you get up in the morning and your chick be ready for the morning wake up call. And you be like, yes, I tapped on her shoulder and she scooted back, right? You happy. But then soon as that's over with and you get to your desk and fucking Billy Bob for us that work in corporate America send you a dumbass email, that happiness is gone. You see him just that fast. So like, chasing happiness can get you in trouble.
I think in every situation, though, we could look at each situation, and we're generally, I think, leaning towards the things that make us happiest in that situation. Even in that fucked up job, you got an exit strategy because that job don't make you happy. That's the point of the exit strategy, so you can be content. If you really think about it, that's the point. If you was happy at that motherfucker, you'll be fine. Now you'll retire from that bitch. But you ain't. So now you out here looking, and you looking because you're unhappy with the situation, with your chick. When we make a transition plan from a chick, it's because this motherfucker ain't making me happy. Or even let's just take the antithesis. It's not that she ain't making me happy. It's that this bitch is making me upset. She's making me angry, sad. She's fucking my day up. So in that respect, when you think about it like that, then yeah, getting away from her is me chasing a happier place. If you really think about it.
I just think, bro, happiness is such a temporary feeling, bro. And it's attached to like very temporary feelings. If that's how you determine your stay with a person or with anything, I just think you'll always be chasing it, bro. I really think like contentment is joy. That's what my wisdom has taught me, bro. Like, because in contentment and joy, right, it's a spectrum. So in my contentment, there are moments of happiness. There's moments of sadness, right? In life, right? Like I'm content with the things I've had because these are the things that I work for, right? If I wanted more things, I need to work harder to get them. But I'm content with the things I have based on the input. And in this process that I've had, bro, I've had loss. I've had moments where I'm like feeling on cloud 9. I got moments right now where I'm always have to be like, all right, Shy, don't get too deep in everything that's going wrong right now. Let's work on the plan and get us back where we need to be. But I'm content where I currently am, despite what's in front of me. And I think if I was focused on happiness, I'll say right now, Sean, like just in general, like this ain't the most happy time for me right now. But contentment is what's keeping me from like wanting to continue to push forward, bro.
Yeah, I think contentment comes into play in between moments of happiness, because I think we're always chasing different moments of happiness. Literally, if you go to Philly and you go to your favorite cheesesteak spot, I go to Chicago, I go get a pizza puff, I go to Harold's Chicken, I get whatever. Like that makes me happy in that moment. It's always fleeting, but we're always chasing it. People that get high or tipsy, that can be attributed to that's your happy place, quote unquote. Yes, it's fleeting. Love itself is fleeting, even when you think about it. It's fleeting, but we keep chasing it over and over and over on the micro level with everything.
You think love is fleeting too?
Yeah, absolutely. Love is fleeting for sure. I think that's, yeah. But if you think about it, like think about the things that you do that make you happy. Playing ball makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Being on that court, that's how I am as a hooper. Like being on that court made me happy. This nigga.
When I lose, though. Now when I lose.
his body. This nigga Hamp using his body to ram into another human's paws. This nigga Hamp tackling somebody on the fucking football field probably made him happy every time he hit
you said it right the first time.
No, that's
you said it right the first time. Wearing very tight, wearing very tight garments and tackling men. Yeah, you said it right the first time.
At another nigga's body, like that's really the goal of fucking football. That makes these niggas happy.
That's you. I salute, bro. I ain't never picked up that much weight in my life, bro. Salute. I give you that, but still, what I said still makes sense, though, bro. How much was that?
That was 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
Nah, nigga ain't picked up no bitch. But look, just think about it, bro. We are always chasing happiness in every facet of our life, whatever that looks like.
Hey, that might speak to where we are, Sean. I think that's a problem, bro, for men. Like specifically, that's a problem for us to be chasing happiness constantly, bro. Because it's, and I think that's where Omar and him get that. It's a girl thought. It's a girl thought, man.
That's Omar voice.
Yeah, Omar. That's a girl thought, shot.
Bro, I mean, but think about it though. Once you get past that, bro, like, I mean, it's the way we dress. Hamp with the shoes that they be talking about. What's the shoes? The fancy shoes? You know what I'm saying? The nigga like how he look when he put them shits on. You know what I'm saying? He feel fly, nigga. That make a nigga happy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We don't like the word happy, but that's what it is, my nigga.
So I'm all right, two different things, right? Because I still think this, like, you got to be able to like say it clearly. I think men should be able to experience happiness. It's crazy to say otherwise. But again, I think when you pursue that, that's your GPS. I'm looking for happiness constantly. I think it gets you in trouble because I can't think of a scenario in life where it's going to be constant happiness.
Yeah, I don't think it's constant happiness, but every situation, I think we're looking for the happiest version of that situation. If I come to your crib, bro, we come to the crib and this nigga Shaw say, I'm a cook, man. I'm from the South, my nigga. I could cook, nigga. I can get down. And this nigga can't cook worth shit. I'm gonna be unhappy, my nigga. Point me to the nearest restaurant that can actually cook food, my nigga. I'm unhappy with this nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Understand every situation, bro. We turn on the football game today, right? It's 10 games on. The one that sucks, we gonna turn away from that bitch because it's boring. I'm unhappy watching this stupid fucking game, Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the Niners lose. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Dallas lose. You know what I'm saying? That makes me happy. Green Bay losing makes me happy, nigga.
I see. I think you're right, Sean. I don't know if those things make me like. I would say I like playing football. I'll be happy out there. Like that's like a happy place for sure. It's like a peaceful place, even though it looks violent. Because I'm so sure of it, you know. Like the violent aspect is not my worry about football, you know. But yeah, like I could. It's like I feel, and I'm saying control all things out there. You know, so I'm happy. I think I get the most. I don't know if this is happiness or joy out of my family being fed, even if it stresses me out, even if it's burdensome, even if I wouldn't give what I got to do, I wouldn't put it on nobody else I love. But I get the most out of that shit. You know, but it brings me a lot of stress as well. You know, now the things that you were kind of articulating bring me pleasure. Is that the same thing as happiness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think pleasure, contentment, all these different things. It's just like it's all in the same bucket. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, even us taking care of our people, our family, and shit like that, that makes me happy. The fact that my daughter never had to pick roaches out of cereal like we did, the fact that she never had to share milk with her cousins and brothers and shit like that, she ain't never had to, that shit makes me happy, man.
All right, I need the superest nigga up here. Hey, Omar, click this link, Omar.
Oh yeah.
super. I need Omar to click this link, man. I need O to click this link. And I got you. Oh, don't worry about the other stuff. Just click the link. All right. I need that. This nigga. Oh, click this link. Oh, we ain't staying up here all day today. Click this link.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me try to call him. Hey, but I tried to call him. He like, my bad, Hamp. I lost my phone a month ago.
Damn.
Oh, come on, oh. Come on, man.
Hey, man.
It's only right that he articulate this shit, man.
I'm trying to make a compelling case to him too, man. I don't know, man.
All right, hold on. Let me see. I know he don't get. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think he even got that phone. Let me see, cause this is important, man. Like, we assessing a thing that has always been, but we need to understand: does it bring a problem or issue? Right? Here's the other thing, Shaw. We got to assess it because of the disposition of our counterpart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's almost pushing us to assess it. Right?
Right.
And I think that may actually be the issue. Here's why. Men's shit is being challenged because of technology, right? Freedoms and etc. So now the things that we always brought us value and still do can be looked at as not so much because of earning potentials, right?
Yep.
So now things that men bring to the table are being questioned, you know, and it can be dismissed like just as simply as, well, you didn't build nothing, right? When men say, well, men built this, well, it wasn't you, right? You benefit from the same things, understandably, right? And it's ignored that when the police come, it's usually men. When the fire department comes, it's usually men, right? Men still do overwhelmingly the physical things and etc. We even looked up I was kind of trying to listen in. They was talking about tech yesterday. And it was like, even in the tech fields are 20% women. Right?
Yeah.
So even that, but it's kind of just glossed over. And so now, because they talking like that, right? Now we like, oh, well, maybe it's not that valuable, which is bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, I kind of, my bad, were you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Because, you know, I kind of work in that environment, right? You know, I work with a lot of women. You know, I guess I'm a white collar guy, and I see, you know, I think like with blue collar jobs, I don't, you know, y'all can edify me if I'm wrong. I think like there's a certain level of like your income builds over time with experience. Is that kind of fair? Like you come out of your trade, you might not be in the highest bracket when you first start off. But like, you know, go ahead.
You saying like the blue collar trades?
Yeah, like income. You don't go from trade school to in the field making the highest. You know, it requires experience to, you know, to I guess get to the highest level of income in that field.
Yeah, I would say there's levels to that, and because of so much of it is like word of mouth too, right? And people refer you, and you build your cachet. In which case, you start charging a little bit more and more and more. You know, because you've proven that you're the best of the best, right? And you know how to do more stuff. So, I would agree to that.
Because what I'm saying is the way society is going, like some of these fields that don't require like brute strength. You know what I mean? You could a couple of certifications. You could. You know what I mean? Like the velocity in which your income can increase. Sometimes a lot. Well, not sometimes. Because I'm just thinking anecdotally. It moves faster. So, like you said, in 2025, when we have these discussions about like income and having these discussions about head of household and how men and women operate with each other. Specifically from like a financial aspect, I just see how like if we just continue to kind of, and again, I don't think money determines who leads the household, But I do think as men, we have to assess like what are we carrying with us as far as masculinity? How does that complement with a woman that might or could be potentially bringing more to the household than we are?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't give a fuck what they talking about. Like that, and I think that's what's getting us caught up. I'm bringing all the old school masculine shit. If she want to say it's toxic, that's on her. That's a personal problem, right? But you're not about to keep tearing down my strongholds because you think you get a little bit of money.
For sure.
That shit ain't like I think we just watering it down because if was everybody better off when we respected what each other brings as opposed to trying to say that don't matter as much.
Yeah.
Right. And even when we look at stress, like we was having this conversation, do men seemingly, right? Here was the sentiment that I thought was true. They'll correct it in the chat. You guys can correct me. Do men deal with stress better on the surface, at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in a household, that dealing with stress transfers to job work too. Men are more available for all the reasons, right? We don't have to have birth the kid. Let's just get that one out the way, right? We don't have a cycle, right? There's a lot that goes into those things, right? You know, it's just that the best ability is availability for a lot of places, you know. But if our disposition allows us to deal better, why is that being ignored?
Right. I think it's just, I think like you, and we've talked about this on the off. I think deep down inside, they know. Like you said, why are we arguing about who handles stress better? Like we know, but I just think we caught up in this like, because I'm thinking even about the man side, right? When I hear niggas be like, well, y'all know men cook better. Men they're more Michelin chefs than men. I mean, they're more Michelin chefs are men than women. Like, why are we having this conversation? Why are we trying to argue whether or not, men, we take care of the kids better. We cook better. So I'm like, okay, well, shit. It sounds like niggas do better. We don't need women for nothing then, according to like some of these conversations I hear online. Like we do everything better than women.
Now here's the thing.
That's what the conversation sounds like. So there's no appreciation for nobody. What it sound like?
100%. Now here's the thing. Do we?
I don't know. I've been lucky, I guess.
The shit that matters.
Hey, but before a certain women came on, like nigga, I was eating Little Debbie and nigga hot dogs and what's that frozen pizza you get? The dude with the Baron, the nigga that fly.
Bread Baron.
Yeah. So shout out to y'all that's like the master cooks, but I know that ain't most men. But that's what I'm saying. That we be having those conversations online too. Like we do everything better than women. So I just don't see an appreciation for nobody, man, for real.
I guess to your point, right? Why shit on those things, right? Appreciate them for what they are, right? Because regardless of who does it better, the expectation is that they do it more and more consistently, right?
Right.
We want them to cook. We want them to do those things, right? So why water it down by saying I'm better than you, but you still do it? You know. I think even with the kids, right? Like I think we're having this conversation about how it's easier for us to put them to bed and things of that nature. So then the obvious retort is, all right, well, why don't you do it all the time? Right? Kind of to your point, essentially.
But I think it was you or somebody said something a while back. Maybe I heard it online, but I think I remember you saying it too. But just the presence of a guy, a good dude being in a woman's life makes just him being there, literally like physically being there, lessens her load as a woman. And that's a real thing. Like you got a man that's attached when you in the world, in the neighborhood, they know it's a man in their house. It's a man with you when you out. Like people who are intend to do bad things are less likely to do that. That is a fact.
Yeah.
So even that, take away money, take away anything else, just like the fact that there's a dude around that loves you, that's willing to go there about you, makes your life easier. And we don't hear that enough.
Real shit. We don't hear that enough. Like I hope they can at least see that. Right?
Yeah.
Like a man with you is a deterrent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please tell me we can get a consensus on that.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Does everybody in the chat agree? Even if me and Sean walking down the street, right? It's two niggas.
All right.
Like it's two, you know? Like, yo, like if you if one, it just I don't know. Like, put a 1 in the chat if we agree on that, please. Ladies, a man with you is a deterrent. Please tell me we're gonna get all 1s. Please, man.
They probably gonna say it depends on the man.
It's a couple of Xena warrior princesses in the chat, so they gonna pull out their own sword and fight off 5 dudes.
Right.
Nah, it's a small crowd today, man. It ain't. You literally got your notification turned on if you on this show. This is a
Hey, look, somebody did. Who was that? Champion Feminist said depends on the man. Depends on the man.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah, I do it.
Sis said not sure.
I kind of agree with that.
Said 1. Jesus Christ. Easy.
It is some limp noodles out here, dog. Some niggas
but
pushed down.
You right, Sean, but it's still they know they got to get through the limp noodle for pause first before they can deal with their woman. They gotta go through the limp noodle first. And that matters.
Because you're right. It's a deterrent to some degree, more so than just one.
It's like a screen door, nigga. Like I put that storm door on my house because I live in the west side. They gotta break that glass before they get to the other door. And they gonna go to the house next to me without that screen door, so they can go ahead and kick that bitch in first.
Got some super chats down there too, man.
Matt with the $5 says, I told the wife, I respect you so much, I need 2 of y'all. God told me, and she still hasn't obeyed. Caesar's Pals with the $10. What up, Caesar? Said, if Hamp/Sean/Sean create a bunch of strong families times 1,000, taking care of your own, would that not create a bunch of strong communities in mass? Would those families not build stronger men?
I think I agree with Caesar's sentiment. My only thing is, I think like these types of questions are like a utopia where things are perfect, where people don't lose husbands to health issues, to untimely death, things that happen. So just having that kind of connective tissue amongst each other as a standard, we can fill in the gap for each other in the moment that those things happen. I think that's why I understand what you're saying, but that communal idea, I think, is so valuable, man. It just, to me personally, at least.
Yeah, and I just disagree with him because there are people who do that. Lots of people are regular people. They not no thug families. They were raised the right way, and the community is still the community. You know what I'm saying? Philly is still Philly. Baltimore is still Baltimore. It don't matter what happened in those individual cribs. You got to go outside. The No Limit soldiers are the minority of us, and they shake shit up. Shit is still disrupted. The colonizers that they put in place, it still affects us all, bro. So the togetherism is to offset that to whatever degree possible.
Yeah. Caesar's Pals with the $10 says, let's be honest. Let's be honest. How many times when you're with your boys talking or hanging out, you or some other man asks if you're happy? I'm willing to bet this is not something that is said between most men.
We got our own language. You good? You good, my nigga? Everything straight? We got our language. We don't say, "Are you happy with me?" Are you happy?
Right.
Nah, I ain't never got asked that about home before in my life. Nah.
Yeah, 100%.
We do ask it in a different way. You're right, though. Yeah.
Yeah, niggas like, "Are you good, yo?" Yeah, that's the main thing. Callie was good.
So, Callie.
Bankhead Bev in this bitch. What up, Bankhead Bev?
No.
Yeah.
California raisin.
Callie no more. She can Bankhead, man. What up?
What's up? How are y'all doing today?
What's going on?
Y'all
We're
killing
happy.
me off.
We're happy today. Man.
I don't know about that. Well, y'all are happy now because since y'all chasing it or whatever, but as soon as y'all get off of here, then you got to go do something else to make you happy. You're just not a happy person since you got to chase happy moments.
So you disagree with happy moments in life? You don't think everything we do in every aspect of what we do, we're trying to find the happiest version of that?
No, I believe if you have to chase happiness, you are not a happy person. I lean more so towards what Shad was talking about, as far as like you are either happy, content, and then somebody comes and lick their finger and stick it in your Kool-Aid and fuck everything up, or they come and shake the table. But aside from that, no, you good. If you're supposed to be a happy person.
You don't get joy from smoking?
It's something to do, but that doesn't make me happy. No, I'm already a happy person.
So
somebody just comes and messes it up. If I'm smoking, it's the
smoking.
No, I get reset from smoking. I don't get joy from smoking.
Reset from what?
Right. Reset from somebody shaking my table.
You ain't happy then.
No, I get a reset. Is what I'm saying. I'm already a happy person. Somebody comes and fucks it up, so that's a reset. I'm not happy because I'm smoking.
So every time you smoke, it's for a reset, whether it's no matter what it is, it's a bogey, it's weed, it's because somebody upset you. It's not just because that's
for the most part, yeah. Unless I'm just chilling. But if I'm just chilling or whatever like that, I'm already happy. It's just something to do.
So what do you get out of it then?
I get high.
You don't gonna be smiling and giggling and shit?
No, I just be chilling watching TV.
Get high because you ain't happy.
No, that's not how that goes. But there's certain purposes.
We can say what we want to say, but we know why people do the things they do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
all right, y'all. Peace out.
For instance,
I'll talk to y'all later.
No doubt. Like for instance, like there was a time where it was like hard like to go to sleep, right? So I take a drink to go to sleep. You see, that's what it is, right? If Callie's saying people shaking her table constantly, so she constantly got to smoke, you ain't happy.
For instance, her table might have just gotten shaken, which is why she left. So she gonna go smoke. I'm happy again.
If I need to reset, that means I'm not happy, so I need to reset myself.
Right. It becomes semantics, you know?
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. I think I agree. I think a lot of bad habits are birthed out of unhappiness. That's why I say I just think chasing it, having that as your GPS gets you in trouble, man. But this life we live, man. Man. And I think that's why even like now, you know, they talk about how many people are using antidepressants and stuff like that, because I think we got so, like particularly like they talk about how millennials might be the first generation that did everything right, went and got degrees, went and did all these great things, and still like are struggling to manage. And people popping pills, people doing drugs to try to cope with it. That's why I think you got to find that contentment, bro, because happiness is gonna get you in trouble, man. Sorry, Sean. I'll get you in trouble, bro.
It's semantics, though. I think it's semantics. Whether you want to call it contentment, it's a happier place. It's a happier place than you were before.
And see, we had the discussion in the Discord. A lot of people think contentment and happiness are semantic. They're actually two different things. They distinctly two different things. They are. Contentment and happiness are two different things. Happiness is a component of contentment. But I don't know if contentment is a component of happiness.
Nah, I think you can be content in between being happy. It can be good enough, but you're happier. Generally speaking, you're happier than you were prior. That's how. So let's just say if I want somebody to get deleted, right? and somebody busts their head to the white meat. I'm content with that, but I'm happier than I was before they shit got split to the white meat. I'm content with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I think you kind of agree with us. I think you're saying like contentment is where you want to be. Happiness is the icing on the cake.
I'm saying you can find contentment on the road to happiness in every facet of life. Like, say for instance, right? So I had this one job. I hated my supervisor. I was gonna leave the job. He got fired. I stayed at the job longer. I was content. I was happier because the nigga got fired. So in that moment, I'm content, but I'm also happier because this nigga ain't here no more. They can coexist for sure.
Yeah, I think generally I feel pretty content, and I'm saying feel like I'm good, and I understand the goals and responsibilities I have. Right, happiness seems more direct, you know. But I look at my family, I look at y'all, YouTube, the Discord, the community, all that, right, and it brings me like a level of like content, like I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, overall, and it's pushing forward, and it seems to be doing well. Like when I say happy, I like when I go play football, or when I used to, you know, like I feel like I'm happy like playing football. I like when I go to the boxing gym. Most of the time when we sparring, I feel happy. Like if it's just somebody who can actually, like when it's good competition, right? I like that shit. You know, it's just interesting. I never valued like, oh, I feel happy, right? I go do things that make me happy, but if I don't get to do them things, I'm still gonna do my duty, right? To get that feeling of accomplishment, being content, and etc. But I just happy. I can't say it outright.
Now, one thing, help, and you're not saying this, but I'm wondering, does this tie into another thing that we've talked about as Black people is holding up the mantle of struggle? Because I think I just remember being a kid and like it's like being a stoic, rarely smiling man is kind of like what we look at as the idea of masculinity, because we attach like struggle to manhood. And I do wonder sometimes, I'm sure you've seen like the black boy joy tropes every once in a while where they have, you know, guys just having fun, frolicking, whatever. And I would argue, like, I'm sure majority of men probably kind of frown on that. Like, they don't necessarily be like, man, we need more of that. We need to see more men outside of working hard, taking care of family, just enjoying life. And then also stop pushing the agenda like everybody got to struggle to be manly. Because it seems like a mind trick we put on ourselves, because the people that we raise up, right, they're not pushing struggle. They might say, yeah, my son need to go lay a couple bricks and know what it is to work hard, but he don't need to struggle to ensure he reaches manhood. And I think specifically Black people have kind of taken it on. And I think that's, again, when I talk about assessing something, that needs to be reassessed too.
Yeah. You ever?
Because I would love my kids to be disciplined, but I don't know if I want them to have to struggle though. Like, it's certain things I had to deal with as a kid. I don't necessarily see the value in the other than making me not know how to lean on other people, because I know I feel more secure doing it on me, because I'm nervous somebody that's gonna back out when it's not a sure thing. That's not a positive to me.
Yeah, I think there's an overwhelming value for us in struggle and all that, right? And there's plenty of people who are successful without it, you know. And I hope that we're not articulating struggle directly, like
right, yeah.
It's just about what I place value in, you know. Like, yeah, like there's happy moments and things of that nature, but if I'm not happy, right, but things are getting done, I could live with that. like this one, right? Like, and maybe people just haven't done this before, right? But Sean, you've thrown plenty of events and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing fun about it.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
But like, people don't understand. Maybe they just haven't had that, right? And so you do things, right? Because that's like the next level of building up a community and on a platform, right? Oh, it's never been done. Let's do this. It's never been done. Let's do that. Let's do live show. But that stuff it's easier to turn my computer on, right? And just be here. How many venues did we go to in DC? I think I had 4 or 5, maybe. Right? Like, you have to structure all these things. Right? There's value in it. But to say it make you happy, maybe people just never had to do those things for real. Coordinate that many people, this many places, this many events, right? Structure, like that shit is a headache. You know?
The event itself is a headache. The planning is a headache. All of it is a headache. So look, bro. Look, man. We was talking about, I think we had good conversation about the 20K shit, man. I feel like we needed a woman's opinion on this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we needed a woman's opinion on this 20K shit. Now, I can't say I know what she's gonna say because she's a woman, but I'm interested because I think she was typing vigorously in the chat about this 20K shit, if I remember correctly. So, Caressa, what you got to say, man?
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Sean.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. Yes, I actually do have a lot to say about that. Some of the comments that I was hearing was that women aren't great with money, we're overspenders, things of that nature. I actually disagree. Some of the comments that some of my feedback that I had added to the comments was from pretty much from the beginning of time, women have held it down. Granted, we weren't the ones making the money, but back in the day, if you guys recall, who was paying the bills? Although our grandfathers was actually out there earning the money, it was the grandmother that was going to the bank, ensuring the light bill was paid, ensuring the gas bill was paid, budgeting for groceries, making sure the kids had their clothes, activities, whatever it is that's needed. So I do believe historically women have demonstrated the opportunity to financially budget the way we need to, manage our households, and have a little bit extra for beauty and whatever other routines that we're into. Also, too, I know it was mentioned that in terms of foreclosures, a large amount of that is coming.
Wait. Can we stay with the first one first before you?
I know you. Okay. Mm-hmm.
My bad. So look, I wish we had the soundboard with the clip that say "Got your ass." You know what I'm saying? Now look, this the thing, bro. This the thing. What you just outlined is not the situation we were discussing. If you think about it, right? What you discussed.
How was it not?
Because you discussed daddy coming home, handed mom the check, and the expectation is that you take care of these household bills and shit. What Buddy said is you give Shorty. Nah, that's the homie. Nah. What Buddy just said is just send Shorty 20 grand on GP. It wasn't to pay bills. He said just send her 20 bands. That's a different situation than the expectation is you pay these household bills and shit. Wouldn't you agree?
But the point that I'm making is historically women have shown that we can manage 20 grand, we can manage 40 grand. However, $20, you give us something and we'll produce it into double. That's the point that I'm making. It doesn't matter what she's using it for. The point is that to say that a woman is not able to manage money adequately, I just feel as though that's outlandish. I think even now, if you look at statistics, women are high earners now. I mean, a high earner is going to know how to manage their budget, I would say.
You just ignored my question, though. My
I didn't ignore your question. I answered your question. You just didn't like my answer.
No, that's not true. Look, I said, do you think those are two different things? The bringing the check.
No, I don't think it's
paying the bills versus him saying just send Shorty 20K. Those are two different things. You don't agree? If let's just say if Shaw pull up right now and he's suave and shit, he pull up, he got a motherfucking Louis bag, he dropped that bitch in your passenger seat and say, do what you want with this. That's different from him coming home, bringing the check home, saying, hey, yeah, the expectation is you take care of the household bills. You don't think those two are completely different?
I mean, yeah, it's different.
Okay, all right. So now we talking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as long as we agree on that, then all right, cool. What's next? You were saying something about mortgages or foreclosure or something.
Right. So I just wanted to my opinion on that is I do feel as though the reason why a lot of women are losing their homes is most likely those homes were purchased in a relationship type setting. And I do believe when the relationship dissolves, as we've seen, women tend to hold on to the home. And I do believe they're losing those homes because that additional income, when the man moves out, it's gone. So I think that's where, if they weren't planning for that relationship to fail, they find themselves in a jam where they may be a little bit short on money. And that's why I believe a lot of women do find themselves in a situation where they do face housing insecurity.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I think it's a different situation in which you're purchasing your home jointly versus purchasing your home independently. So myself, I purchased my home independently. So, it's something that I know I can afford versus a lot of women. I mean, most marriages tend to fail. And if that home was purchased in a marriage or in a long-term relationship and one party leaves that relationship, I can see why that would end up in foreclosure.
I'm gonna be honest. I fall more on your side of the argument on this one. Because my thing, if don't want more homes up?
Come on.
Is that the case though, or not?
But look what she did though.
Well, I disagree with that part. My bad.
But why not disagree with all of it? She just said women turn 20 into 40, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now she get the house when the divorce happens, and then it gets foreclosed on. She don't wear that jacket too. She just said they turn 20 into 40. So if the mortgage is 2,400, why she can't afford that when she was just flipping 20 into 40?
That's a point.
I missed it. My bad. I missed that part.
Yeah.
Only reason she got foreclosed because she bought it with someone. Now that it's not with that person, now she got the house, right? Because she won the house. Now she get hit with a honey bun because she can't manage and flip the money like she said she was.
Damn.
Yeah. This is me speaking out of ignorance. When was the time when it was flipping the money? Because I heard it a lot online for the most part. They talk about flipping the money. You give a woman this, she'll turn into this. I'm like, when was the money being flipped? What era was that?
I mean, that's always been an ongoing thing, especially now more so than ever. But in terms of going back to the whole foreclosure thing, I do feel as though in terms of flipping money, as you guys, men have a natural hustle in them. You guys understand that's not something that sometimes occur overnight. If we're talking statistically about a foreclosure, once you miss your third payment, the bank is already looking to take your home away from you. So not to say that a woman can't make magic happen, but sometimes we may not just have enough time to make it happen.
Most times.
Sometimes.
We don't even use sometimes. So what you think? Most times they able to get it back, or minority of the time they able to get it back? 90 days isn't enough time.
Depending on how far behind they are in their mortgage, because I mean, if a standard mortgage is, let's say, $1,500 and they're 3 months behind, I mean, other than OnlyFans, I don't know what you're gonna do to flip that in 3 months. So I mean, women, we have a way of making things happen, but realistically, there's only a certain amount of things that we can do to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's just not true. That's all we're saying. It's just not true. If you're saying that they just doing this stuff out of thin air, Carissa, like it's just not true. What when you say make things happen, what does this look like?
So what it looks like, myself as a single mom, I mean, I operate in e-commerce. I work a 9 to 5. I Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, sports betting. I mean, in order to survive, someone had previously told me you need at least 7 streams of income coming in each month. So I feel as though women, we've been very creative, social media, earnings from that. So I think that's just to name a few of what women do to gain additional income when they're falling short. Because I know myself, my friends, like these are things that we commonly do if we're planning a girls' trip. I know someone had mentioned that women tend to plan a trip and not, I guess, per se, have any money behind it or anything to that effect. So that's one of the ways we make things happen. If we know we're trying to go to Jamaica to turn up in a few months, yeah, we're going to go Uber, DoorDash, you know, do what we got to do to make it happen. Call up Tyrone, you know, whatever needs to be
Y'all
done.
do that for frivolous shit. I had an ex, she was a nurse, and they would pick up, she said they look at spending like shifts. They pick up extra shifts to go on vacation and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
For
yeah,
sure.
But
Yeah,
that
for
don't
sure.
like why the motherfucker would lose their crib though. It don't speak to that.
I mean, you're talking about a $200 trip to Jamaica, $400 for an all-inclusive versus being behind $7,000 in your mortgage. And I think oftentimes with the whole mortgage thing, you think you'll have time to catch up until you get to that point where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm 10 grand in the hole and there's no catching up.
Yeah, no, yo, you said it. You prioritize the trip. The trip is pertinent. You're gonna deal with that foreclosure because your girls don't know about it until it's too late. Then you could put that on his jacket. Remember you said that earlier. But the girls trip, you can't miss that girls trip. So Uber, DoorDash, here we come.
I mean, the girls trip is more attainable because, like I said, in terms of when we're looking at money and what can we pay for in the immediate moment, if I gotta come up with 10 grand versus 600, I think 600, get my mind right, and then come back and hustle up to 10 grand.
You know what it also shows, Carissa, is that it's very, very poor asset and money management because you fought for a house you couldn't afford. It's a lose.
Or what oftentimes happens too, what I see a lot of my friends going through as well is we may factor in whatever financial judgment we're receiving for child support, spousal support. And let me finish before I ruffle any feathers. Oftentimes, you know, after the end of a relationship, some men become very salty, and some men, you know, they don't contribute their portion as they should. So the woman is left to carry that slack. I mean, I don't want to be the one to throw it out there, but it is what it is.
So, Carissa, on this might be risky. We don't say some. We don't say some. Some is like a non-answer. So, what do you think most men become salty?
I think, yes, I would say a lot of men after a divorce or the end of a relationship, especially if they have to contribute financially, yes, they become very salty.
You know what you just articulated? I got you. You know what you just articulated? You having your hand out don't make you a hustler. And that's what I hear people talking. Yo, I do this, that, X, Y, and Z. They forget to mention they get alimony. They forget to mention they got child support. They forget to mention they got a dad. They got a 6-figure job for a husband that's lazy as fuck. They forget to mention all those things when they always acting like they got all this hustle. That's a problem.
And no, I see that, but you have to keep in mind, it's also that problem becomes the woman's problem because if the child's father, let's say it's a younger child and childcare is $1,500 a month. If he's not assisting towards that $1,500 a month, that's that woman's mortgage payment that she had to take to pay for childcare just to go to work. You see what I'm saying? It has some type of income coming in. So it's not saying that she's trying to get a come up after the child's father. It's just a matter of if he's not helping out the way he should, that will naturally be a setback for her.
But let's not make it. That's the extreme. Him not helping out. That's the extreme.
That's not an extreme. I would say a large majority of men do not help out unless they're forced to.
Dads are helping out in the world. Most dads are helping out. Like literally, most dads are helping out. So that's the minority.
Financially, and I'm referring to I'm not talking about the dad, but we're talking about financially.
You just brought up daycare. That's financially, right? So this
a lot of men are.
This is where we got to say that the woman is being a fucking greedy, egotistical, vindictive bitch. We just got to say it, right? We got to call it what it is, right? Because you know what could happen at the time of divorce? They can agree to sell that house and split the profit. They can agree to do that. And you know what she can do? She can go get a crib that she can afford. That can happen too. Instead of being willing to stick it to the nigga and get the crib.
So why is her keeping the home that your children grew up in, the home that your children have memories in?
You can't
Why
afford it.
Again, she could afford it. She could afford it if you would contribute your portion as discussed prior to the relationship dissolving or being ordered to do.
We talking about foreclosure that she can't afford it. If the mortgage is $3,500, you know, we live out here in Germany. Let's say the mortgage is $3,500, and now she maybe needs something that's $2,500. Sell that crib, bring down that cost of living, and just go on about life. Rebuild when you can, but do what you did, buy your own house. That is logical.
But is it fair to disrupt your children's livelihood because technically the relationship dissolved? Why would you have to uproot your child from the school that they're in? Because keep in mind, if your mortgage is $3,500 a month, that means you're living in an area where it's an A school district. You're probably in a nicer area. In order to, I guess, live somewhere that's more financially affordable, you're probably going to end up on the other side of town. That means if you have a son, he's more likely to be exposed to gang, drug violence, you know, all of the stereotypical stuff that you would hear about on the other side of town. Why would you want to potentially jeopardize your child's livelihood because you don't want to contribute $1,000 a month when you can afford it? I'm sure you can. It's just you're bitter that the relationship ended.
Listen, come on. You can't use the uproot argument when you decided to get a divorce. That's a non-argument, because if it was about the kids, right? But you said that the relationship dissolved, knowing that them kids were there, right? So I mean, we can't play that game. If it's about the kids, it gotta be about the kids. If the people choose a divorce, it ain't about the kids. If you're saying uprooting them, you literally tore their life apart.
Right.
I mean, well, when a relationship fails, it's usually a 50-50 failure. It's not just one person. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
How you come up with that calculation?
Well, even I can disregard the calculation because it's inconsequential. The fact remains that those people, whatever the distribution of blame is, choose to destroy those kids' life by separating. If it's about the kids, because that was the premise.
Right. And you spoke about fair. Fair don't even matter when we're talking about this. We're talking about what's necessary. What's necessary is that woman can't afford $3,500 no more. So she gotta come down. You know what I'm saying? She gotta come down to her new reality. It is what it is, because chances are she decided that it was time for that shit to end. Generally speaking, as niggas, I ain't gonna lie, we don't just be getting divorced. Because I'll just keep cheating forever. I'll keep doing whatever I'm doing forever. I'm not getting divorced. So that means that probably y'all decided that it was time for this shit to end.
Yeah, because we got tired of the cheating. We got tired of the nonsense. I mean,
out of that beautiful neighborhood. Move
so why should we be forced to remain in that situation just to get your portion of the income when I could leave your ass, I could put you in child support, and as long as you comply, we should be good.
Cool. So take the kids off the table. We ain't got no kids.
Okay. So if we don't have a kid, but then again, if you take the kids off the table, you shouldn't be shacking up in a house or whatever without. You see what I'm saying?
Don't even let that skirt by, Sean. A person who understands money is not predicating their life in their necessities like mortgage off of income from somebody who they already said was vindictive. Again, it exposes the lack of acumen in regard to finances and assets, right? Because that's the point of the conversation. If K is saying he's already vindictive, and now I need his $1,000 for my necessities, and I don't get it, that's on him. No, that's on you, beloved. You already exposed his character. This is easy. It's like Caressa came. She's like a paid actor.
Can I just say this, Hamp? I just gotta say this one portion.
Okay,
so oftentimes, in the beginning of a relationship,
you've done enough.
It's it's all butterflies and what have you. But in terms of identifying that person as being vindictive, you really don't see a person's true colors until that relationship is dissolving. So you may go into it thinking this is the best decision ever, and really you won't know until the relationship is no longer working out, and then you start seeing how vindictive that person becomes, how angry they get. I mean, the old saying that they always say, there's nobody meaner than a man who's no longer interested. So
Yeah, I know. Okay, let me just one reply. You said that's an old saying or a new saying?
it's probably still relevant. I would say it's still
No, no,
relevant.
no, 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 it's fine. I'm saying, is that an
That won't
old
go
saying or
away.
a new saying? Is that an old saying or a new saying?
I've always heard people say that, and I do believe that with men, like you guys, you come in
No, no,
strong in
no,
the beginning, and then
no. But think about what you're saying.
Mhm.
You said you never know until it's at the end.
Until it's at the end, right?
Okay, but you also acknowledge the old saying that said what? So
That
that meant shit change when it's ending.
shit change, right?
So don't be surprised if that's an old saying.
Mhm.
You already know that's gonna happen because of what has happened.
Right.
What's that old saying? There's something like there's no fury like a woman scorned or some shit like that.
And
Ain't
that's
that
a fact. That is a fact. We agree on something today. That's try us if you want. That's a hell of a fact.
What you just said about men, though?
Take the whole world down.
Like, look, y'all go scorch earth, right? So look, I could be a good dad. I just had this conversation today. I could be a good dad, right?
I know what it feels like, nigga.
Me and my baby mama split, right? I'm a good dad, though. I'm handling my business. She see me post a vacation pic with my new chick. You know what her and her friends start doing? Talking about putting me on child support, even though I take care of my business as a parent. That happens.
No, because if you got money to be in Jamaica somewhere and your son just trying to get into football, no. Did you check in and make sure your son was good first?
What they be saying, Sean? Daddy gotta have a mama. Daddy gotta have a life too.
I said the father's taking care of his business as a father.
Okay.
But the will see you on vacation with your new team and then feel like this nigga need to be on child support to get back at him.
I mean, it's not to be vindictive. It might be maybe he should be contributing a little bit more. Because a lot of men will say, "Oh, I contribute. I pay my child support," and they're referring to $50 a week. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on how much the contribution is. Are you contributing a sustainable amount?
Let's say he's taking care of his business as a father. Whatever that is, everybody's happy. He's doing his job as a father financially. We don't have to add in the fact that he's degenerate and he's not paying enough, because the premise was that he's taking care of his business as a father. He's contributing the way he should. The woman will see him with his new chick and see him living his best life, and then vindictively feel like he should be on child support because there's nothing else she can do to him besides that.
So you're saying she's doing that as a vindictive control thing, I guess, to
Yeah, she's a goofy bitch.
Yeah, yo, Chris, you. And the thing is, boy be on child support, then you shit on his $50, but all they do is run a guideline. And they don't do nothing extra. They put his in there, his money in there, your money in there, calculate number of days, and come out with a number based on the equation that's already set.
Right, but a lot of men are not accurate with that, Hamp. Like a lot of men who has like entrepreneurs who make money under the table, things of that nature, they may have additional income coming in. However, when it comes to child support, they knowingly go out of their way to hide additional income to make it to that point where they're only contributing that $50. So in a situation like that, I feel as though, are they contributing? Yes, but could they be doing more? Yes.
But Carissa, you was with that man. You knew that before you ran that guideline. All you had to do was work with him. But instead, right, the scorn, you put that paperwork in knowing you're not tracking all his bread and then mad at the outcome. Again, this is poor money management. Like this is
right. And I get it. But my thing is, why should a woman be subjected to staying in a situation where, like Sean said, he's gonna keep cheating regardless. So you see what I'm saying? The man is happy living his best life in the relationship, cheating, doing whatever it is that he wants to do. So why should a woman be subjected to that just because she may need that additional financial assistance from him? Like I don't think that's fair. I don't think a woman should have to be subjected to that.
Yo, but here's the thing, Carissa. The conversation is about money, management, financial acumen, turning 20 into 40, right? So I'm making assessments based on the conversation. I'm not even talking about the relationship dynamics, right? I'm saying that you're making decisions, and financially these decisions are financially layman is
Right.
what I'm looking at, not about whether she should stay with that man if she don't like him no more. But based on these decisions, we can't tout that the financial acumen is there. Is all I'm pinpointing. Chris is the best, man.
Because they still could agree to sell that house, and she could get her own whatever. They still could agree to do that, and she won't be pressed to have a mortgage, and she won't have no ties to this nigga other than the kids if they got kids. She made a lot of choices. She chose to leave. She chose to keep the house that she knew she couldn't afford. She made a lot of choices in this situation. She got to wear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting though, because Clarissa, if we were talking about a relationship dynamic conversation and what should be warranted and what should she have stick through, then we would have the talking points may or may not be different, but I'm just looking at the financial aspects of these decisions.
That's understood. I get it. I mean, it makes more sense to stay, and like they say, it's cheaper to keep her. I understand all of that, but
yeah, that part too.
I'm just
Microphone check with the $5 says, how are you mad at a $50 child support when you knew he worked at Burger King drive-thru? It's like more than poor money management. Interesting, man.
a good perspective.
Harrison with the $5 says, bad joke incoming. Are the fellas in circles today because they don't want to be seen as squares? Salute. Matt with the $10 says, after this J. Alexander's bill hit after church, she realizes life is better with the male chauvinist ways. You niggas be blessed. Gotta go back in church. Salute, Matt. See, this palace with the $5 says, can we agree that asking if you're good is different than asking if you're happy?
I would say so.
I think we just speak different languages, and some are understood. You know the people around you. And I'm also not afraid to say something. Ask me, am I good? No, I'm not good. This was happening. So I think men know.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking for generous women only, man. Because I'm not good. I'm never good.
Damn, man. All right, man. Hey, Carissa, man, we appreciate the insight. You definitely gave us.
Thank you.
You help us see into the mind of what is the modern women. So we appreciate it again.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
All right, be safe. Salute to Carissa, man. I think I had a good time on this show today, man. I really did.
Yeah, man. It was a good impromptu show. You know what I'm saying? Get back on the field,
Indeed. Damn,
maybe
man.
we could
go ahead.
Just maybe, if not, next week, it might even come up during the week. Just maybe like assess a little bit more help. You mentioned like looking at where we currently are, society, men and women trying to have relationships. Are there things as men we need to reinvigorate, like traditional manhood ideas? And then just also looking at things that need to be reassessed. Maybe I think we dived into a few. Strada and I was having a conversation about the Kurt Franklin show, and I still haven't watched the whole thing, but they seem to be really against those guys and what they like quote unquote represent. and we was talking about like the spectrum of manhood, where if we use left and right just for the sake of conversation, the left is us trying to be more understanding, more adaptable to the current society, versus like going too far right, which can be somewhat oppressive. Let's talk more about what that looks like. Because I'm saying, I guess there's like a sweet spot of a man that we all seem to say that's a quality man, right? That we can all get behind his ideals. But then their ideals, you know, a man can move too far left trying to adapt to new ways of thinking, progressive thought. You know what I mean? I guess we could use the guys from that show, the Frank Ocean. It's crazy. The Kurt Franklin show. And I can see people saying like some of those guys kind of represented some of those tropes. And I'm saying I mean that, like, is there a thing of being too progressive, being too adaptable, being too open-minded?
Oh yeah,
to new concepts.
That's the worst of us.
Yeah,
right.
I truly believe that.
And I'm saying that trope is easily identified. Then, if on the opposite end, is there a trope of a quote unquote masculinity that could be considered bad as well? And that's when we say, like, when you're not doing it for the greater good of the people, you just say, I'm a man, therefore I should have power, without anything backing why you deserve that power outside of being a man.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's I think the because we're talking about like the extreme things, kind of.
Yeah, like the extremes of like masculinity. Yeah.
The hyperbole of sex, silence, and sandwich is dumb as fuck. Right? And that's been misconstrued because it was hyperbolic to illustrate a point. Right? But that type of that don't make no sense, right? Especially because she should be a helpmeet, just as an example. If you don't have a woman that can have an allocation, that's a waste of time, waste of space. Right. So if I'm just kind of trying to answer it, you know what I'm saying? Respond to it, maybe one extreme to the other. But Kirk Franklin with makeup on is much more dangerous than sex, silence, and stamp.
That shit he had sprayed on his head, bro. Oh, that shit was wild.
Gotcha.
That nigga 55 going on. Nigga, if he get hit with a water hose, nigga, ain't no telling what Kirk Franklin look like.
This shit gonna be just like this, bro. Man, that shit crazy work.
Real shit, man.
Hey,
damn, man.
Good show. My last thought on this, bro. You train everybody how to treat you, man. When you dating somebody, when you with somebody, it's a constant power struggle. Like women will always try to see.
My bad.
Women will always try to seize power. They'll try to. It's like in basketball, bro. We hoopers, so you know when you boxing out, you battling for position. Especially in that dating phase, you battling for position, and that's where people test limits. We all test limits in that dating phase. You try to see, you know, what the parameters are, what you can get away with. You know what I'm saying? Even people you may know, right? Let's just take it off of relationships. You got people who call each other bitches and shit like that when they talk. And it's just like, I'm not a nigga who talk like that, and niggas will try you. You know what I'm saying? Even niggas who talk to you, my bad. The niggas in the locker room who be talking to niggas with no clothes on. They be trying to have a conversation. I think that's a motherfucker testing the parameters too. When you really think about it, I think with all this shit, people just test parameters. And I think it's no different when you talk about dating. Like people test parameters, people battle for position, people trying to get in that position of leadership, and you have to absolutely train people on how to treat you and how not to treat you. You know what I'm saying? When I think about shit, that's why I say I don't pay to play. That's why I say I'm not spending money to get to know a chick. I'm not spending no significant money to get to know nobody, because what happens is I think you start to set the temperature in the room to become that. And so, you know, when they say don't introduce me to a vibe that you can't maintain, I agree with them. That's why I'm not going to introduce you to a vibe I'm not going to maintain. It's not that I can't. It's that I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. You know? So that's why all that whining and dining shit, bro. Nah, make that for your woman, your special person. Don't make that for some chick that you know, met online and you just trying to understand if her breath stink or not. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, another good show, man. I think this week in general between this conversation, the conversation we had Friday. Shout out to like Strada and Omar. We've been in the Discord having a few conversations centered around manhood. I always appreciate, even if I don't agree in the beginning, at the end, I think I learned something for y'all. Hopefully y'all learning something from me as well. That we all are pushing each other to be greater men at the end of the day. So I just appreciate these conversations when we can kind of, keep them geared towards the men. The women conversations are cool too. But I hope that people who are listening, as you continue to consume this information, if you have different opinions, man, like share those as well. Like, cause I think, a lot of the men in this environment, this community, like I value y'all's input. I think y'all are doing great things in your own individual life. And if it's not necessarily quote unquote great, like you're not a stain on the community, and which is what gets pushed so often. We don't highlight men who are not doing great things, doing good things, and striving to do better things. So I just enjoy the conversation. So I appreciate y'all for like being that in y'all respective communities.
All right, now appreciate it, bro. And likewise, man. Riverside. And this will probably ruin everything. I get it, right? Everybody know so much, but y'all listen, one of the men I admire the most, it being Omar, right? How he supported my events, helped me talk, whatever the case is, He is strict on his rules and guidelines, which is the Quran. And you see the results of that. You see people valuing, him bringing value to everybody he around, right? And he says what he says and he mean what he says because his religious basis backs it up. That's where he's coming from is predicated off. And those lines are hard and fast and it's structured. We keep finding people trying to make it up on their own ain't doing so good. Right? I don't subscribe to Islam, but I can see the obvious benefits to him and his family. And we out here trying to make up so much shit and this ain't real and that ain't real and this ain't that. And I don't see them people being successful. So I'm just saying, man, maybe take a second circle around. And I know that the church has kind of fucked us up just because we like, what do you do? Right? That confused a lot of people. But take a look at the books specifically and directly. Jump into the Bible study. See what you actually think when you actually read it and actually able to assess and actually get questions answered that you've always had. So, I don't know, man. Just thinking about it, bro. So, we'll see. We shall see, man. Damn. I'm about to go see the 49ers whoop on the Atlanta Falcons. You heard? I'm sitting in the section where I get unlimited food. I'm on my Carissa shit. I made sure I did Uber or whatever else they do to make sure I can get the good ticket, So, salute to that. You heard? Jump in the Discord. Salute to Turn on the AC Now podcast. I think they rolling right now. It's CJ. I think CJ's birthday was yesterday. So go take a peek. Show them brothers some love. Damn, I think we got Bible. See, I'm thinking it's 10:30. It's not 10:30. What time is it?
It's 1:30 where I'm at.
Dang, yo, I'm tripping. So yeah, go support those brothers. Jump in the Discord. I think we got Bible study. I don't know if Zeke started it, but yeah, man, have a good time. Get in the Discord. Generally speaking, man, I think there's a lot of fruitful things and there's a lot of bullshit too, man. It's a lot of Topic Thursday. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow, bright and early, with Big Aaron and Mr. Fantastic for the HQ. We got a hell of a topic for y'all. I'll fly back at 12:30, so I'll be right in my seat just in time. You heard? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Y'all.
Yeah. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. for the real. Well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know.